And I am going to call this meeting to order. Roll call.
Judge Mark
Here.
Commissioner Jose Alonso.
Here.
Commissioner Alonso Carmona.
Here.
Commissioner Julissa Calamacho. Here. Commissioner Valerie Mercado. Here. All present.
Thank you. Pledge of allegiance and salute the Texas flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to Texas, one state of God, one indivisible.
Testimonial oath of presenters. Please be advised that if you are here to present today, you are under oath. Public comments?
I have one, Judge.
Yes, ma'am.
Just to let the court know that next Commissioner's Court, I'll submit the new revised service agreement with Ms. Reyes for the landfill.
Thank you.
I also had a public comment. Starting as of today, my precinct will have a new supervisor. So I'll pass on along that contact information at the end of the day. Also, as well, the inventory. I know that there was some question about my inventory and we're still waiting on it. Just letting you know that we're still working on it and we're almost done on our end.
Thank you. At this time, I would like to take a moment of silence to honor the memory of a fallen firefighter, first responder that was part of the Dimmit County staff, volunteer firefighter, Mr. Sammy Johnson, has unfortunately passed away. So at this time, I would respectfully ask that everyone in the courtroom take a moment of silence to honor his memory. Thank you. 1.6, approval of meetings, October 14, 2025.
Motion to approve subject to corrections.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamantes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Urenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. At this time, I would like to recognize the Carrizo Springs High School cross-country girls team for advancing to regionals, and I would also like to congratulate and wish the best of luck to Ariana Rivera, who made qualifying for state cross-country. So I want to congratulate you ladies for being here today. I want to congratulate you for your hard work, your work ethic, waking up early in the mornings to go work out and do the cross-country. I said it last year, and I'll say it again. Adi, you know that you have a lot of kids, boys and girls, that look up to you. So this is no easy feat. To the coaches, Coach Diaz and Coach Cardenas, I commend you for all your work. As a proud athletic mom, I see that you guys are out there, and the dedication and commitment that you give to our student athletes is truly commendable. So I want to thank you guys for putting your time and time away from your families on the weekends, especially to go out there and be at the cross-country meets with these young ladies and all the other student athletes. So thank you so much to Coach Cardenas and Coach Diaz. Our athletic director, Gio, thank you so much for always working collaboratively with the Commissioner's Court to get these young athletes here for the recognition. We do apologize. We understand that some of them are in class, but I think it's really important that the community recognizes them for their hard work and that they know that they have Dimmit County to support them and back them up. Even if you don't see us out there all the time, we all do support you guys. So congratulations on behalf of my staff at the County Judge's Office and the Commissioner's Court for advancing to regionals, and for Ms. Rivera advancing to state. It's my distinct understanding that you run at the state meet this Saturday, correct? So I really, really hope the best for you, and you can't understand how grateful and how happy we are that you are representing Carrizo Springs at the state level. So congratulations to all of you. Go get them, Adi, and if any of the commissioners would like to say a word or two.
Yeah, Judge, I would like to congratulate the athletes, the coaches, and the parents for this great year they're having. Best of luck in all your future endeavors, and keep up the great work as being a prime example to our youth within our community. Thank you for everything you're doing and all your hard work.
Congratulations, ladies. It takes a lot of hard work for y'all to represent Carrizo Springs. And I would just like to wish you all the best to the state qualifier. Good luck. Hope you do well. And thank you.
I want to commend you guys so much for what you're going on and you're doing. I didn't run cross country, but I know that it's a mental sport because you can train your body to do anything. It's just being able to convince yourself to keep going and keep pushing forward. One of the best lessons you can learn in life is keep going, keep pushing forward. So never go unnoticed of what you're actually training yourself to do. For y'all guys to be able to make it on the state level just shows how strong-minded each and every single one of y'all individuals are. So continue to go out there and continue to make us proud, and we definitely are proud of you back home.
On behalf of my staff, Commissioner Rubalcaba, I would like to congratulate you guys, ladies, for your hard work and dedication. Going to regionals and then having one to qualify for state is amazing. So congratulations, ladies, to the coaches, Mr. Gonzalez, and especially your parents and your family that support you and guide you all the way. So congratulations.
Thank you, commissioners, and thank you for always being on board when we ask to recognize these students. The commissioners always are on board with me. I call them and say, hey, we're going to recognize the students this week, whether it be UIL, band, or athletics. So thank you, commissioners, for that. So again, at this time, I would ask if everyone in the courtroom would join me in giving them a big round of applause for all of this. And we, at this time, would ask if the coaches and the student athletes would come forward. We do have some certificates to present to you guys, and my staff's bringing that right now, so we can just all come to the front so that we can get a picture with you guys. And again, congratulations, and we wish you guys the best of luck. And we can go ahead at this time. We are going to give a certificate of recognition to Paulina Lira. We have a certificate of recognition for Ava Briseño. Gervais Perez. Sofia Reyes. Paige Asbury. Araceli Hinojosa. And Ariana Rivera. This is Coach. She's asked that we're missing you. She thought you were a runner. That's a compliment. That's a compliment.
What about me?
Yeah, come down. You can't see Sally.
One more question. I'm wrong with her, my
I know we had,
Got Mr. Briceño and Ms. Karen here. I know Commissioner Noguera mentioned that y'all weren't here, but we do want to thank you parents for the commitment that you also put in for your children, getting them there to practices. Y'all know how it is. We have to get there early in the morning for practices, late evenings, early mornings again for cross-country meets. So thank you for being here for your daughter today and for the rest of the girls on the team. On behalf of my office and the Commissioner's Court, we want to thank you for all the dedication you put not only to your own daughter Ava, but to the whole entire team. So thank you so much for being here today, and we wish the best of luck to your daughter and the rest of the team for the next seasons to come. Thank you. 3.1, approval of bonds. 3.2, discussion and appropriate action, the proclamation of naming October 30th, 2025 as a weatherization day in Dimmit County. Whereas the Community Council of South Central Texas, Inc. was established as Community Action Agency on May 11, 1965, and whereas the Weatherization Service area encompasses the South Central West Texas counties of Brewster, Dimmit, Crane, Culberson, Edwardson, Hudspeth, Jeff, Davis, Kinney, LaSalle, Maverick, Beckles, Real, Terrell, Valverde, Uvalde, and Zavala. And whereas Dimmit County has long recognized the plight of low-income families and individuals in meeting their home energy needs, and whereas low-income households spend a disproportionate amount of their annual incomes on home energy bills, and whereas the United States Department of Energy developed the Weatherization Assistance Program in 1976 as a federal government's cost-effective permanent solution for reducing the heavy energy burden on low-income Americans, and whereas this program not only saves energy through advanced technologies to improve the energy affordability of low-income families, but also saves lives and improves the health and safety of families by identifying carbon monoxide hazards, poor indoor air quality, mold, and other health threats. And whereas the Weatherization Assistance Program keeps jobs and dollars in local communities by operating through a network of well-trained program providers serving 17 counties in CCSCT service area. Now therefore let it be resolved that I, Marta Alicia Ponce, Dimmit County Judge, do hereby proclaim October 30th as Weatherization Day in Dimmit County and encourage state and local weatherization professionals to deliver cost-effective advanced technologies to increase energy savings in each home served, to leverage local and private resources to make federal dollar work harder, and to heighten the awareness of energy efficiency in communities throughout the state of Texas. I hereunto set my hand and cause the Great Seal of Dimmit County to be affixed, passed, and approved this day, the 27th of October, 2025.
Judge, do you need a motion?
I do not need a motion, but for purposes of memorializing it, I would appreciate one.
Because we put it on the wrong, it was supposed to be informational instead of an
Yeah, it's-
action item.
Mhm.
Okay, I will.
Yeah, normally proclamations don't have to be action items.
Motion to approve.
Thank you. Second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. 3.3, discussion and appropriate actions, cancellation and rescinding of Brain Properties ID numbers 19368, 10966, 13051, 13348. Commissioners, if you can recall, we had Mr. Coates, thank you so much. We had Mr. Coates here that made several bids on some foreclosures for the taxes. Mr. Estrada, his father-in-law, submitted a request to cancel and rescind those without any penalties. I have advised with Mr. Arce from Purdue, and he requested that I table these items so that we can better explain to the court the ramifications of canceling and rescinding the bids that have been proposed by Mr. Coates.
motion to table.
Thank you, Commissioner Noguera. Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.4, discussion and appropriate action to approve mutual aid agreement between the Dimmit County and the City of Big Wells. Commissioners, as you are aware, we approved a mutual aid agreement with the City of Carrizo Springs. This is the same thing, however, it is with the City of Big Wells instead of Carrizo Springs. And the scope of this agreement is purely for purposes of mutual aid. If we are in a state of disaster, or I as the judge or the city mayor of Big Wells calls for a state of disaster, the purpose of this agreement is purely for mutual aid purposes only. Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona.
I had a question, is this for the emergency or is this the MOU for all in general?
No, that's what I'm saying, mutual aid only. Mutual aid is only specifically for purposes of whenever there is a natural disaster. We do not have an MOU for everything else that I suppose you're discussing about.
Yeah, because we had just approved it at the end of last October, right? So it's not due yet?
For the city of.
For the city of Big Wells, okay. So
This is strictly for mutual aid purposes.
second.
I have a second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.5, discussion appropriate action approval of the 2026 Indigent Defense Program Resolution. Commissioners, as you are aware, through our budget line item, we approved for the agreement with the Texas Indigent Defense Commission allocating funds for the Public Defender's Office. This is just the signing the formality of the interlocal agreement with the Texas Indigent Defense Commission.
Judge, can you clear up a little bit? I know that you had said that the last time that we were dealing with this office and when you brought it up, it was different from with the tri-district with, correct?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
can you
So-
explain one more time?
Yes.
This office?
Yes, ma'am. So this is the Public Defender's Office, Commissioner Talamantes. So the Public Defender's Office differs from the newly made up District Attorney's Office. So as you're aware, currently we have the tri-district in terms of the 293rd District Attorney's Office, which consists of Maverick, Dimmit, and Zavala counties. As you're aware, Governor Abbott signed into law in September to disseminate the districts, and Dimmit County will now be the 365th District Attorney's Office, which will consist of Dimmit County and Zavala County. However, that does not take effect until they take the oath of office, in 2029. However, in 2028 is when the elections for that specific office will take place. So in 2028 is when the new 365th District Attorney's Office, consisting of Dimmit and Zavala, will take the elections will take place. At that time, whoever wins the elections will take the oath of office January 1st, 2029. This is the District Attorney's Office. Their role and their job is to seek that justice is done in terms of criminal cases, felonies here in Dimmit County.
So the public defender?
The Public Defender's Office is an office that is made up of attorneys, investigators, office staff, personnel, and their office is to defend the defendants. I know that sounds repetitive, but essentially the people that are committing crime have the right to counsel if they cannot afford one or they cannot hire one. Based on income, they can be appointed what's called a public defender, an attorney, a court-appointed attorney. However, Dimmit County, in conjunction with Maverick County and Zavala County, entered into a grant, which is the one that Mr. Pereira had proposed to us during the budget workshops where we allocated funds, and it was approved. So the Public Defender's Office will house an office with several attorneys, like I said, investigators. It's pretty much mirrors the District Attorney's Office, except that one is there to prosecute cases, and the other office, which is the Defender's Office, defends the people that are in the that are being charged with a crime. And the public defender's office is criminal cases regarding misdemeanors and felonies.
So then Dimmit County has to house 2 offices,
No, ma'am.
or
So
1?
it's gonna be one office.
Okay, that's what
So it's gonna be one office. So Dimmit County will get together with Zavala County in about, I would say in 2027, start having the conversations of where Dimmit County and Zavala will be housing the district attorney's office. This particular office is a public defender's that's already been approved, that the funds have been already allocated. And this particular office is going to, the public defender's office is going to service Dimmit, Maverick, and Zavala. However, they're going to be housed in Maverick County, in Eagle Pass. So the public defender's office is gonna be housed in Eagle Pass, and their attorneys are gonna be traveling from Eagle Pass to Dimmit County to service any of the individuals that get a court-appointed attorney. So that's the difference.
So, because my question was, I know that we were getting the district attorney, we were gonna have to find room for them, or office space for them. But then we started talking about the public defender, and I wasn't sure if we could combine them both together to cut down costs, or if that was gonna have to be 2 separate offices.
It's 2 separate offices.
But the grant is covering for the public defender's office.
The grant covers 84% of that office, of the public defender's office, 84%. The other 16% is going to be divided amongst Dimmit County, Maverick County, and Zavala County. No. Dimmit County is only, from that 16%, Dimmit County is going to be paying 15% of the 16%. Maverick County is going to be paying 65%, and Zavala's 10%. It's based on the numbers of cases. Correct, population and the number of cases. They did a study, and based on the number of cases, it was very evident that Maverick County obviously has thousands of cases in comparison to Dimmit and Zavala, and we have hundreds of cases. So from that 16% that's left over, Maverick County is paying about roughly 65% of the funds. Dimmit County is paying 15%, and Zavala is paying 10%. But the public defender's office and the district attorney office are two completely different offices that do 2 completely different jobs, and they're not in the same office. We are not going to be required by law to have an office space for them. We are required by law to make accommodations and budgetary allocations for the district attorney's office, like I said, in 2027, 2028, and having those conversations, because by 2029, by the 2028 budget, you'd have to have approved already in 2028 funding for the district attorney's office when they take the oath in 2029.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Any other questions?
Motion.
Judge,
Yes,
I have a question.
Yes,
We're
ma'am.
approving the program resolution, right? The grant resolution?
Yes, ma'am.
Why did we get an interlocal agreement for the public defenders?
They go together. The public defenders, they're supposed to go together. So this is the Maverick.
So are we approving this too?
Yes, they come together. The emails are together.
But
They're,
it's not on the agenda to approve the interlocal agreement?
it's supposed to be the resolution and
It only
the
says
interlocal agreement.
approval for FY 2026 Division Defense Grant Program Resolution.
So the interlocal agreement, Commissioner, is supposed to be the same thing as the resolution. I can have the public defender's office change it at the top. I see that it says interlocal agreement. It's supposed to be interlocal resolution. That's how they emailed it to us.
Because to me, those are 2 different things. It wouldn't be the same.
I understand what you're saying. What I can do is I can have them change it, and y'all can approve it with the stipulation that they're changing it to interlocal resolution, or I can have you guys approve the 2026 county resolution, and we can table the interlocal agreement. I know that we have, we're waiting also on Maverick County when I met with the public defender's office. So whatever guys, way you want to move forward.
I'll vote to approve the resolution and this one to be tabled for the next Commissioner's Court so I can review it as well. You just got it this morning.
Yes.
We have to rescind the motion that's being done.
There was a
No,
motion on the
there
table.
wa-
There was a motion by the Commissioner.
There was, because I stopped it and I
Okay,
said,
but you give me a second. So what I'm gonna do is, I'll take Mr. Uranda's motion. Is there a second? There is no second, so that motion dies. We'll have another motion.
Motion to approve the defense grant program resolution
Second.
and the local agreement will be put on the next commissioners.
I have a second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Discussion 3.6, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from JP Precinct 1, Ms. Sonia Guerrero Perez for the month of September 2025.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
Is everything running good in your office?
It is, we're still not linked up with the sheriff's office for tickets though, so my staff is still entering the tickets by manual. I think we went into this agreement with Southern Software. And it's been quite a while, and we're still manually entering those citations. I don't know what the holdup is. I spoke with John from Intech, and he says that it's not on their end, it's on the other party's end, so I don't know what else to do other than to put it on the agenda to bring Southern Software before Commissioners Court to answer why we're still entering tickets. Obviously, a contract was entered, and we're still having to do that. I don't know, the constables are also waiting for their ticket writer, I believe, and so we're also entering their citations manually. That takes a lot of time, especially when we get a stack of citations one day, and then 2 days later, we get another big stack of citations, so I just wanted to let Commissioners Court know that we're still dealing with that situation. Other than that, everything else is running smoothly, our system is up, our server, everything is working fine. It's just the manual citations that is.
Your office as well?
Excuse me?
Your office as well?
What?
Any issues with your office?
No, that's what I'm saying, like my
No,
office.
no, no, but like logistically, physically, because I was advised that your AC is not working.
Oh, upstairs, I don't think it's, I haven't been up there except to go leave stuff because it's hot. But I don't know, I know that one time it was checked, but I don't know if it hasn't been turned on or.
It's
I-
just a
I-
third
I-
floor, the second
Nobody
floor.
had notified me anything about the air
Yeah, I
conditioning.
didn't know either, just.
But is
found out.
this your office in the second or third floor?
The third floor, but it's been ongoing, so I just haven't even mentioned it.
No, ma'am, it's important to mention it because
Well-
if they have court, we don't want. we
No,
don't want-
it's just my office.
Well, even your office, ma'am. It is
It
important.
has been brought before.
You have secretaries there, but if I don't get notified,
No,
then I'm not aware that there's issues in your office. So,
it has been brought up before, and I know that the AC gentleman had come, you had brought them before, and they were checking up there, and, it just is still not working, it is, I think it's
I
just,
still need to be notified, ma'am.
okay.
It makes it look like I'm not doing my job.
Well, I haven't used that office,
I understand, but
I'm
it's
just,
important.
Judge, real quick, going back to the Southern Software ticket writing, have you contacted the IT department to see if they can assist you with anything or maybe try to bridge your communication?
I don't think it falls on the IT, I think it has to do with the communication within the two programs.
But just to see if you can kind of bridge that communication or no, that's like,
It's two different,
They need for the
Yes.
two softwares to communicate, and I don't think it's anything that the IT can do, but I can also check on that. As of right now, I know that it's Southern Software that has not done their part.
yes, Mr. Pereira.
because I think it's because it's two completely different softwares, they would have to like give access.
No, we did contract with Southern Software to give them access to the tickets. It's on Southern Software's end. We've been trying to communicate that to them, and to date, they have not. Also, as far as a ticket writer, we were trying to do it with browsers, but they never got back with us, and so we were switching over to Southern Software. That's also been, basically have not been able to get them to give us any information to be able to do the ticket writers also. So,
And if we bring Southern Software, have we been sending emails or anything like that to like kind of timestamp and paper trail that we haven't had that connection?
Yes, because we even had the IT check to make sure that the system was working, and we've informed that back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Judge, I do want to thank you as well as the AC issue. I can definitely say that our AC structure is very complicated, and sometimes, a lot of the times, it's not falling on us, it's falling on, our vendors and stuff like that. But thank you for reporting it, and I honestly agree with Commissioner Carmona. Continue to report it, even though if it feeds TDS, even if it's an email or a work order request, just so that way it stays relevant.
The reason I hadn't brought it up is because I don't know if it hasn't been turned on.
I see.
And I know that they came and checked on it, and I know that they were up there, but I didn't.
So you don't even know if there's an issue yet?
I
if
don't,
it-
I know,
okay.
I don't. I just know that they came to work on it, but I haven't been up there other than to go leave stuff, because at one point, that's where I was holding some of the supplies. But I haven't sat in there to say, oh, I don't know where even to turn it on.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to turn it on. And I know that they came and checked and they were up there, but that's it. I don't even know where to turn it on. So I haven't made a big deal about it because I just don't know. And I don't want any problems with anybody, but it's not that I didn't report it, I just hadn't seen it as important as right now too.
It's not a problem, ma'am. So let the custodian ladies know, and they know how to turn it on. And see, we
Because I
can try it today, see if it works.
I think it's inside the courts area where
They
I
have the
don't think
keys.
have access to that, so that's,
But let them know, and
I
we can
will.
try it out today and see if it works. If it doesn't, I'll still call,
We just don't want you, well, at least I just don't want you not to use your office because it's hot in there and the whole purpose of having an office is so you can have an office.
yes ma'am, thank you.
I'll call Train today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'll entertain a motion if there's no other questions.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso, second by Commissioner Noguera, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Judge, I also have item 3.13 for travel. There is a clerical error on there. It's March 30th through April 2nd, 2025 in Round Rock. That is my 20 hours required.
I'll call it right now, Judge. I'll call it right now.
Okay, sorry.
3.7, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from JP Precinct 2, Mr. Alberto Esquivel for the month of September 2025.
Good morning, Judge, Commissioners.
Good morning, Judge. Is everything up and running in your office?
Well, there were a problem with the scanner, but it has been ordered, so
Okay.
it's on its way. That's about it.
Any other questions of Judge Esquivel?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Talamontes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you.
3.8, thank you, Judge. 3.8, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from JP Precinct 3, Ms. Leticia Hernandez for the month of September 2025.
Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
Everything good in your office?
I do know, Judge, that it was reported to us through the elections department that the door was having issues sticking. Did we ever get out there to go service that, or is it still having issues?
They went, but I think they're gonna have to get another door. 'cause
Okay,
it doesn't stay unlocked.
it doesn't stay, okay. So we'll definitely have to maybe, not, but has IT gone out there and checked it or no? Yeah,
We had, not having the other.
Avery, okay. So we'll definitely make sure that we stay on top of it, because I know the elections is coming up and it was a concern, so we'll make sure to stay on top of it until we get that done.
Any other questions?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Talamontes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.9, thank you, Judge. 3.9, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from JP Precinct 4, Mr. Alfredo Martinez for the month of September 2025.
Morning, Your Honor.
Morning,
Commissioners.
Everything good in your office, Judge?
Everything's been running good. I ain't got a problem with tickets. We get a whole bunch. Everybody. As long as we got that part-time, money available there, we're gonna continue serving Dimmit County to our best.
You don't have any, I didn't hear what you said.
No, okay,
You don't have any
we
problem?
don't have any problem with the tickets. You know,
Oh.
we get a whole bunch. Because, we got money available from my part-time, so that's not a problem so far.
So you don't have an issue?
I don't have an issue. And we get 262 per month. Or more.
So you don't have an issue with selling software?
No, I ain't got a problem. As long as I have my part-time available, I mean, we're gonna manage somehow.
No,
So-
no, that's totally different. What I'm asking is, do you have any issues with the
No,
software?
I ain't got no problems with them, no.
Is it connecting or you're having to input tickets manually as well?
It's manually. We do it manually, yes, even the constables too.
So
Judge,
there's-
may I, Judge?
That's what I was asking, that's what I was asking.
Judge,
Yes.
I have to say, Judge, I think we, as a county, we invested a lot of funding in all these softwares, and for these offices to be manually inputting their tickets, it seems like we're behind somehow or another. I don't know where Mr. Pereira went, but I guess he's been the one that's been involved with these softwares, and we need to really step it up to be able to get these offices to where they could be a lot more
Efficient.
office-wise, and be able to communicate. I've always thought when JPs and the sheriff's office can communicate through their ticket system, it simplifies the matter. So, I don't know who.
So the way that this happened, Commissioner Urenda, was the previous sheriff, Marion Boyd, had acquired this system, and the county had approved to purchase this system while he was in office, and the county paid, I think, well over, I think 15,000 or something to that effect for that system. The system had been sitting there for a year or two, and Mr. Pereira said that we needed to use the system, because I guess that they had purchased, this commissioner's court had approved to purchase the system, so it got approved. And when they came down and discussed it with us, if y'all can recall, judges, we had a meeting and we had a presentation by Southern Software. We were advised that it was going to connect with this old system. As you can recall, there was a lot of issues at the time with Intech and with John, and so it was made, the decision was made, I guess, to go with Southern Software. This is not something new. This has been an issue that's been occurring for some time now, that we have not been able to get the Southern Software to link with the Intech services that the JPs are using. The ticket writer is completely different system. Don't get it confused with the Southern Software or Intech. It's something else that the ticket writer, Mr. Pereira was trying to get through the sheriff's Stone Garden, if I'm not mistaken. And so those are different things, but I cannot answer your question as to why Southern Software has not been able to bridge that gap that needs to go between the Intech and Southern Software. In several discussions I've had discussions with the sheriff. It's pretty much a pointing of the fingers between Intech and Southern Software, to be quite frank with you, as far as I'm concerned. Southern Software says they're ready to go. Intech says they're ready to go, but there's really no bridging of the gap between the two of them. And I understand that Judge Martinez is saying that he doesn't have an issue with it, but everybody operates different, and if JP1 operates in a way that she needs it, it's not a bad thing that she needs it. Everybody operates their offices differently. But if we're paying for a system and we're paying a lot of money for a system, then we should be able to get and reap the benefits of that system because we're paying for it. So I appreciate the fact, Judge, that you said you don't have a problem with it, but
No,
there's
like I
obviously.
said, as long as we have that money for my part-timer, we ain't got a problem. We
I
got
know.
that.
We've asked all the JPs, and they seem to say they're all punching in the tickets manually. So that means they're all having issues with the software. They can't sit here and say no. So they're all having issues. The problem is also, Mr. Renda, FinTech and selling software, we haven't seen them in a while. They haven't been here, so we don't know really what's going on. I think it's time that we bring them in so we can talk to
So
them.
who's in charge of doing it, of contacting them and getting them to respond or come in? Who's in charge of that? Because I feel like we don't really even know who's supposed to be making the calls. We're paying all this money, plus we're paying his part-time because we don't have the system working the way we need to. And we're sitting back kind of waiting on somebody to do something. I don't think anything's being done. If it were me, I would have already followed protocol, gotten rid of both, and I guarantee you in the state of Texas, there's other systems where we can activate and get good use out of it.
May
I'm sure there is.
I? That's why I was asking as well, because I do think I agree as well. I know that JP is saying that he doesn't have an issue with it, but the whole reason to getting the software would be to cut down on manpower, and we all know that personnel it's expensive, you know? If we're gonna pay for software, and I do share the same sentiment, we're paying for a lot of these softwares, but we don't have anybody really that's organizing and setting these things up, because I think that between Entech and Southern Software, it's two completely different companies, and they have to basically share the information with each other to be able to work. I don't think that that's ever gonna happen, and to sit here and say that we're working on it, I think that I agree with both commissioners, is that we need to get them here to have that discussion, because as of right now, you have the JPs that are using and utilizing one software that's benefiting to them, but then you have the constables and the constables and the sheriff's office using another ticket system that benefits them. So I don't think that there's ever gonna be a time, if I'm being honest with you, unless both those companies decides to change their policies or do something for them to be able to communicate. But I do agree with you as well, Commissioner, that we're spending money on softwares to cut down on costs and liability, and we're not using it. It's a double-edged sword. Like, we're just buying it just to buy it, and there's nobody, which I do think that IT department should have some structure, making sure that whatever software we're buying is compatible, and that we're able to bring it up and going within internally. If not, then we can ask for services from other people that are certified to do that. But I agree that any software that we have needs to be coming through one source to make sure that we're in compliance and compatible. So bringing them together is a good idea.
And we've gone through conferences where there's different people out there providing these services. I'm sure we could find somebody else, follow the proper protocol, but I don't know. Yes, ma'am.
Commissioner, we had Intech before, and we've had Intech, and they were linked to the tickets, but the sheriff's office wanted to go to Southern Software. We did not have problems with Intech because our tickets were going through.
That's, if you recall, remember whenever they brought in the Southern Software, and the Southern Software was like 3 times cheaper than Intech, and then that's when the whole situation occurred, because at that time, Mr. Pereira, you recall, Judge, remember that that Intech was 3 times more expensive than Southern Software, and the sheriff's office wanted to go with Southern Software because it was, their ticket system was going to be easier for them, and there was a whole lot of, I guess, pros for them. And so when we looked at the numbers and we compared, and again, Southern Software had made the statement that they were going to bridge between the JPs and the sheriff's office without any issue, and it was going to kind of just transition and work the way that it needed to work. Obviously, to the contrary, that has not been the way it's supposed to be. As far as to answer your question in regards to who's been at the head of it, Mr. Pereira is the one that has been in communication, from my distinct understanding, with Southern Software and with Intech, if I'm not mistaken, right? Correct, Judge Perez?
Yes. I, for the record, did not want to switch over to Southern Software because they used to be Whole Country, and we had so much trouble before. Then they switched names and came and gave us a show, and the sheriff's office at the time, I think it was the interim that the sheriff was, Ramirez, and they were pushing for it. I was not okay with it because I am going to be the first one to tell you that Intech is the best software that we have. I know that it's expensive, but it is the best software. It provides everything from reports to updating, changes, everything that comes in, everything that, anything needs to be printed out or done, Intech has it. We also do the pay by mobile and email, like, it's just a great software. So I never wanted to switch over, for the record, but it was feasible fees and of course, you know, it was gonna be less. And here we are, we're paying, again, 2 softwares, and we're still paying probably, if not the same amount. So I've always been for Intech, and, you know, we switched over to Southern Software, and we're in this situation.
I think maybe we place it on the agenda to have a further discussion, because I'm hearing what you're saying from your point of view, but I would definitely like to hear from the sheriff's point of view to see before you go forward to see if it worked for them or it was working for them as well. And then to do that, so I think an agenda item at a later time
Thank you.
would benefit us to
Abundance of
get.
time. Thank you so much. Any other questions of Judge Martinez?
Motion to approve.
Thank you, Commissioner Noguera.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you.
Just so y'all are aware, there is another issue nobody's mentioned. I don't know if it's the software problem, but when I get videos on these traffic citations, half the time I can't view the videos, whether it's a dash cam or whether it's the body cam. Sometimes they don't turn them on. Right now I'm just missing about 50% of the traffic citations because I'm not getting videos that I can open up and provide them discovery.
And that's Southern Software and.
No.
I don't know,
Okay.
but if you're gonna be asking those questions to those companies, then we need to make sure that when they're being downloaded, they're viewable. We've already had the IT,
On the meetings, we didn't know that it was ever brought up to us as a dashboard, so this is the first time we heard about the meetings.
Agenda item.
so
Thank you.
you're aware if you bring them in.
Thank you.
3.10, discussion and appropriate action, approval of new part-time clerk, hire effective August 25th, 2025, precinct 4, Judge Martinez. Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Urenda. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
3.11, discussion and appropriate action, approval for County Judge Mata Ponce to attend the fall education session November 19th to the 21st in Galveston. This is just for the per diem and for mileage. I am on the judicial committee, so they are paying for all my other expenses. Thank you, Commissioner Noguera. Second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.12, discussion and appropriate action, approval for County Auditor Mr. Carlos Pereira to attend the annual County Auditors Fall Conference 10/13, 10/17, 2025. Commissioners, I believe that this is retroactive, as indicated by the dates. Mr. Pereira is not in the room, but he already attended this conference. Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.13, discussion and appropriate action, approval for JP Precinct 1 Sonia Guerrero Perez to attend the fiscal year 25-26 Experienced Judges 20-hour conference, March 30th through April 2nd, 2025 in Round Rock.
So,
And you were mentioning something, I apologize.
There's a clerical error. It should be 2026.
It should just say 2026, not 2025.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And I have a motion by,
Second.
I don't know who made the motion, I didn't hear, I'm sorry.
Rubalcaba.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.14, discussion and appropriate action for Justice of the Peace Precinct 2 Alberto Esquivel to attend the 25-26 Justice of the Peace Seminar workshops on January 25th through the 28th in Corpus Christi. That should say 2026, January 2026. Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Urenda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. 3.15, discussion and appropriate action, approval for Justice of the Peace for Clerk Elsa Jimenez to attend the Omni-Based Training Education class for FTA program November 14th in Austin, Texas.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.1, thank you, Judge. 3.16, discussion and appropriate action, approval for extension agent Anita Cruz to attend the Texas 4-H Summit November 4th through 6th, 2025 in Broward, Texas. I have a motion by Commissioner Noguera.
Second.
Who seconded? Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.17, discussion and appropriate action, approval for FCH agent Ms. Carissa Munoz to attend the beef boot camp at Texas Beef Council headquarters November 12th, 13th in Austin, Texas.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you. 4.1, discussion and appropriate action, approval for Raul Valderas and Ramsey Castillo to attend Basic County Correctional Physical Skills TEACS course November 6th through 7th in Del Rio, Texas.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.18, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from District Clerk Ms. Marisela Gonzalez for the month of September 2025. Good morning, Ms. Mari.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ms. Gonzalez, is everything up and running in your office?
Yes, ma'am, it is.
Ms. Gonzalez, have we had any grand jury?
No, ma'am. We have scheduled the 30th of this week, actually on Thursday. Judge Abascal is going to finish qualifying any panel in the grand jury. And I believe that same day, they will be meeting with the district attorney.
You said the 30th, Ms. Gonzalez?
The 30th.
So since July, we haven't had any grand juries, so no cases being indicted in Dimmit County as of July.
Did we get the courtroom and up and going, Commissioner Carmona?
The courtroom.
No, I'm sorry, not
The elevator waiting final inspection.
And we're saying that once that happened,
We're ready.
the caseloads would probably increase for the indictment?
No, because that has nothing to do.
No.
Mr. Gonzalez is shaking his head because it has nothing to do with indictments. You can have an indictment outside of the parking lot grand jury. It's just a matter of impounding a group of people from Dimmit County to hear cases presented by the district attorney to see whether there's probable cause to indict somebody on a felony.
No, I understood that, but I now said that there was a preference, right, to wait for it. That's what we're waiting for. Just trying to hold accountable, like what the timeline was that it was gonna happen.
Holding accountable is providing justice for our citizens, for our constituents, for our residents. And if you go from July to right now without any indictments, is there really any justice being served? Because I know that if my family member had a felony, I would want them to have justice done regardless if it's done in a courtroom or not.
Ms. Maya, the cases, once the cases are prepared, who prepares the cases?
The district attorney does. Once they receive a report or a case from the sheriff's department, they're transferred over to the DA's office. DA's office reviews and presents those cases to a grand jury.
Okay. So
Grand
we need
jury
to ask
ultimately
the DAs
decides whether or
why
not
there
there's enough.
Why there hasn't been
No,
any cases?
that's not what happens, Commissioner Mugawa, is that the sheriff's office prepares a case, takes it to the district attorney's office. The district attorney's office prepares a case to present to the grand jury. But if there is no grand jury that has been impaneled, we can't have grand jury. So the grand jury has to be impaneled, there has to get sworn.
Well, that's what I'm trying to get to, because we don't know if the cases are being approved by the DA's office, or who, or they're just sitting there, or they're
No,
missing information? That's what I wanna make sure if they're being done, and where is the
So
problem?
the
It's either at the DA's or here.
No, it's at the district judge's office because they haven't impaneled a grand jury. The district attorney has their cases already. They have them prepared. But the district attorney's office cannot present cases to a grand jury if there's no grand jury that's been sworn in. And a grand jury, is that correct, Ms. White?
That is correct.
And there's no grand jury that has been sworn in because there has not been a panel that has been sworn in so that they can hear, because in order for you to hear cases, you have to be a sworn jury that can hear these cases.
So to me, it's also the lack of the DA's office, because if they have those cases being prepared, they're ready to go, so they're supposed to be on them too.
No.
They get on it, or what needs to be done so we can get them out?
They are, you're absolutely correct, Commissioner Rubalcaba, but they can have 1,000 cases ready. If they don't have a sworn panel to present them to, they're gonna sit there until, by law, you have to have a sworn panel of grand jurors. Is that correct, Ms. Maya?
That is correct.
So they can have 1,000 cases ready, the sheriff can have 1,000 cases ready for the DA's office, and they're ready to go, but they cannot present them to anybody unless you have grand jury. And the only people that can impanel a grand jury is your 2 district judges. Those are the only people that can impanel them. So if they don't impanel a grand jury, we're never gonna have cases presented to a grand jury.
But we have three departments basically that these cases go through. So how do we know how many cases are prepared through the DA or not?
There's no way of knowing. I wouldn't be able to tell you that.
So we don't even know how many are like waiting for.
No.
They're asking the questions to the wrong person. If you want to answer those questions,
That's why I'm asking them. I'm not asking them to the wrong
Yeah.
person. I need to know where to go
the
to from
district
here
attorney and
to
the
ask.
district judges are the persons you should ask those questions to.
But now that I know, I'm gonna
She
call them
gets
and
the-
ask them, because I need to know
the
what is
policy.
the status or what's holding up.
You know,
I
after
mean,
this
we
grand
answer
jury,
questions.
after there were, they've been presented. And she had nothing to do with organizing the files and sending them to the district attorney or anything else. You're asking questions that should be answered by either the district attorney or the district judges both.
Ms. Gonzalez, I'm sorry to say if that's what it is, but you're the only one that comes up and represents those office as their clerk, and that's why I tend to ask questions
I
to
understand.
you. But I do think like what Commissioner is saying, there is a disconnect here somewhere, and someone's not communicating, or the conveyor belt isn't operating. And sad to say, you're kind of right in the middle of it from both ends. So definitely don't mean to put weight on you, just wanting to look for answers and any help and assistance that you can help us on pointing us to the right direction, whether it be through email or anything like that. I think that we would all definitely greatly appreciate that, just to be able to get some of the answers that we're looking for.
I appreciate that. And just for clarification, on Thursday, we are getting ready to finalize the grand jury and paneling the grand jury, at which time the DA's office will be presenting cases to them, and hopefully that'll get us moving with indictments. Normally, the grand jury meets on a monthly basis with the district attorney's office, so we've got this week for October, possibly one time in November, and then again in December.
And then
Come
go a new judge.
January,
You have a new
then
judge.
it'll be a new grand jury that's appointed by Judge Flores. So hopefully that'll get us up and running.
I appreciate it, Ms. Gonzalez, thank you.
Is there any questions that we have from the judge's office?
No, but if there's anything that I was asking for the DA,
She represents Judge Abascal. She
Judge,
doesn't
no,
represent
so
the-
other than that, other than like a report log to see what is pending to be seen.
Do you know why, Ms.
If I can
Vanessa, as to why we haven't had a jury impaneled?
The delay has been, we were waiting for our courtroom.
Okay,
We got a date, I think of like September or late August, something like that from what I recall. So we said, oh, it's right around the corner. There's no need to bring these people into the Showar gym / courtroom. And then we got another date and another date and another date, and finally the judge just said that we just couldn't wait any longer. So that was the reason why.
thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to Approve Mrs. Marisela Gonzalez's report. Motion by Commissioner Odena,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Gonzalez. 3.19, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from County Clerk Ms. Claudia McDaniel for the month of September 2025.
Is it just one paper? Or is it a mental?
Are there any questions of Ms. McDaniel?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.20, discussion and appropriate action, appointment of election judges for the November 4, 2025 Texas Constitutional Amendment election. I have a motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.21, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Dimmit County Assistant Fire Chief, Mr. David Torres, for the month of September 2025.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good morning.
As you can see, for the month of September, we had a total of 6 calls. We did have a couple of grass fires off to the side of the highway, as well as a 18-wheeler fire, a compressor fire, and a structure fire. We assisted Crystal City Fire Department on each of them.
Motion to approve.
Are there any questions of Mr. Torres? If there are no questions, I have a motion by Commissioner Talamontes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. Did you have a question, Commissioner Booker?
Just accept.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.22, discussion and appropriate action to accept a grant from Texas A&M Forest Services with a 90-10% match, Dimmit County Fire.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
So we're responsible for the 10%?
Yes.
That's correct.
Congratulations. Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Odena,
Second.
second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Commissioners.
3.23, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from Victory Ambulance for the months of September 2025.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
For the month of September, we had a total of 220 calls. And the breakdown was 65 in the city and 59 in the county.
All 911 units are up and running.
Right now, we are running with 3 out of the 5 that we have as a fleet. But as far as 911, yes, they're all running.
Any questions of Victory Ambulance?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Talamontes,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
Judge, I have a quick question. I wasn't here last month, but I did have the report. I don't know if you just want me to give it to Mr.
We have the
for-
September 2025 one.
For August, though, I didn't get that report.
No, we'll take it and we'll put it on the next agenda because we only received the September one.
Okay, I'll go ahead and give it to Ms.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. 3.24, I don't know why it's there to misprint. 3.25, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from the county commissioners. We'll start with Precinct 1, Commissioner Odena.
Judge, we're encountering quite a bit of activity on Castello Road. As a matter of fact, I just received a text a while ago on that. Between oil field and sand, those both sand mines that are out there, they've been really putting a burden on that road. Trucks, excessive flow of trucks, so we've been constantly staying out there blading and reshaping the road to try to keep it as safe as possible, even though they don't slow down. But that Signs Road as well and Break Time Road, there's a new company that opened up, concrete company, and they've been also using it a lot. And so we've been between those three roads, and some mowing that we've been performing to try to keep any type of grass fires under control. That's been pretty much our report.
Questions on precinct 1? Did you turn in a report? I don't have a report. We're tabling for precinct 2.
3 and 6, well, I did bring my report with me, but I seem to have left it in the truck. I can table it for next Commissioner's Court unless you would like the judge to go grab it, and I'll do that.
Tabling precincts 3 and 6. Did Commissioner 457, you have a report, Commissioner Rogel?
Yes, ma'am. We've been working on the county road in Asherton, Carrizo Hill, Catarina. We're starting to have a lot of illegal dumping trucks on the county road, the tires. We were cutting grass one day, and then before we come back in the afternoon to finish up, there was tires.
Commissioner, are these tires?
Companies or not.
That was going to be my follow-up question to you. Are these tires, do they look like evidence of a oil field truck tire or just a regular civilian tire?
Regular pickup trucks, some of them, it's rare when we get bigger tires, but sometimes we do. But lately, it's been just like little tires. We worked on Martinez, we worked on Rams Road, we worked on Palo Blanco, E Towers Road, and then on Diamond H. And on Diamond H, you notice that I put small trucks, that's the small regular truck, pickup truck that we use with asphalt. Let the guys go out there and patch up the potholes.
Any questions of Commissioner Ruggiero?
Judge, just to let the court know, because hunting season has almost started.
You're on yours?
Yes, we have had also some,
Hold on, Commissioner, so there's no questions of Commissioner Ruggiero report? Go ahead, Commissioner Ruggiero.
we've had some people that are dumping carcasses along the county road, especially on Davenport Road. So I have contacted our code enforcement, and we ordered some cameras to place out there and 2 other roads as well, try to monitor that.
Thank you. Questions of Commissioner Odeno's last comments?
We had that last year, Mr. Odena, on every county road, and they would put it in the trash bags, and
Yep.
it was bad.
Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve precinct 1 report and precinct 4, 5, and 7 report, tabling precinct 2 and tabling precinct 3 and 6. Motion by Commissioner Noguera, second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.26, discussion and appropriate action to open discussion to decorate the courthouse annex and courthouse historical for Christmas festivities, precinct 1.
Judge, I placed this item on the agenda. I just wanted to get the court involved and yourself, commissioners and yourself, in trying to see what we could do to come together and place some festivity decorations along at least along the historical courthouse. It seems like every town that we seem to visit is very well decorated, and it seems that the youth and the people, the community seem to enjoy it since it is a tradition. So I decided to put it on the agenda so we could have a discussion as to what we could do to make this happen and get maybe our auditor involved.
Questions?
The question is, what can we write?
Right, and so, let me do this, let me get the guidelines for doing that and present to Commissioner's Court, or send it to you all, then you all can come up with a policy for next meeting.
No action.
There's no action.
I was gonna say, I mean, if we're gonna buy lights, I'm willing to pitch in if we
Yeah.
can't purchase them.
That's one reason.
That way we
Well,
can make it.
there was a legal, I talked to tax legal, and there was some case law that came down that allows counties to decorate, but there's some distinct rules that we have to follow, so I think it's best that Mr. Pereira and myself, I'll get with tax legal so that they can send me the case law that they have, and Mr. Pereira can get it on his end from
That's what I'm
financial.
saying, if it's not possible, I'm willing
Yeah.
to pay also whatever
Well,
we buy.
there is, but there are guard lights.
Okay, so what we
Because it used to be decorated before, right? I mean, I remember
Right.
the previous administration, there was,
Well,
That was
the only thing
decorations.
that we basically did were lights. Everything else was donated or by personal.
Or businesses would buy their.
Yeah, they would do their own decorations. But the lights, and that's one of the guidelines, because
so
basically.
the guidelines are that you can put lights, but other items are usually donated. I know Commissioner Lucava, when I worked for the county of Uvalde, the big tree, you've seen the big tree there, that was donated by HEB. So HEB donated that tree, but the county of Uvalde, through the Commissioners Court, approved to purchase lights, and they lighted up the tree. So, and
I know the lights, yes.
And I think the biggest thing is that they do is basically what I have been informed is basically to keep with the surrounding area. Is basically what it is.
To what?
Basically, if you, basically to match whatever is surrounding area. I mean, you're not gonna go overboard, but basically it's, if you have lights,
We'll go with HEB for the tree then.
that's fine.
that's,
Usually the city sets out a theme, and then when he says follow the surrounding area, I think that's what he intends.
Well, no.
No.
Well, yeah, because if they're,
You follow the theme that's put out by the city, but in the past also, what you left out is like for the historical, the employees that work in that building have donated their own time and money to help put up lights, the little lights that we've had in the past, when, the county had.
basically it's on the courthouse, not, you can't do the department side of the building, departments, whatever.
So we can decorate, it's just figuring out how we purchase and get the equipment to decorate.
And even when we do buy decorations, where we store it, because it has a tendency to disappear from one year to the next.
And at one time, we had a concern because the electrical system was not correct.
Yeah.
And we had to rewire the whole thing because we were in the verge of getting somebody electrocuted. So everything got done to outbid it, where it wasn't so much that it wasn't decorations, let's be clear about that, because it wasn't the wiring on those electrical outlets, because there was a hazard, again, of somebody getting electrocuted.
Yeah, with
And we
time,
finally got it fixed.
yeah, with time, the ants get into those
Yes.
boxes and everything else, and they just
It's not
have
so
to
much
check.
not wanting to decorate, we gotta think of the safety off.
3.27, discussion and appropriate active corrective action of addressing incidents and accidents within county level, precinct 1.
Judge, I placed this on the agenda also, based on some situations we've had here recently. And in discussion with our insurance agents, our, can we go into executive session, please?
I'll need a motion to go into executive session. I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
and I have a second by Commissioner Odena to go into executive session to discuss,
Can we go
To-
to executive session for this?
it's,
He's gonna mention.
if he's mentioning personnel, as per the government code, we can go into executive session, but I need a motion.
So is the personnel that they're gonna mention is gonna be there too?
They can if they want. You don't necessarily have to have them in the executive session if you're going to discuss personnel matters.
Was to address it because it says addressing incidents, so if we're gonna
Well,
address
if you're
it.
going to address it, he can ask for them to be in there. So I have a second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor to go into executive session? Aye. At this time, the time is 11:15, and we are going into executive session. And we are back from executive session. There is no action for item 3.27. 3.28, discussion and appropriate action approval for CISD to utilize 6 golf courses for the homecoming parade on Saturday, November 8, 2025, due to safety concerns. Precinct 1.
Judge, this item was placed on the agenda due to a phone call received from the superintendent requesting if they could borrow some golf carts to monitor the parade. They're expecting a larger number of floats this year, and they do have a couple of gators that they use, but she mentioned that they seem to be harder to get around between the floats and the actual parade, and somewhat loud when people are trying to reach out to them to ask questions. They can't hear them, they just pass by because those gators are so loud. So she asked about it, and I told her I would put it on the agenda and get the court's opinion, and then I would notify her.
Are your employees gonna drive the golf course?
No, they would, their employees would be driving the golf carts. And it's somewhat similar to where, I felt like it's kind of someone like when somebody shows up to a golf course and rents the golf cart, you know, the actual liability is on them. But, she said that they would, take full responsibility for the golf carts in any shape or form.
My only thing is our policy and our insurance. If there's an accident, are they paying for it or are we paying
No,
for it?
they would.
Is there an agreement?
I feel like I kind of lean heavily back to when the judge says that it doesn't matter what it is, if it's your equipment, you have to consume responsibility.
Sure, just like anything else.
Am I correct, Judge?
I think that,
So whether they want to take full responsibility, the county would still be.
I think that, quite frankly, we could draft up an agreement that they can sign, but to be honest with you, anybody in the legal world, and Mr. Gonzalez is not here right now, but, when you have an accident or something, you're gonna sue everybody and their moms.
Yeah, even just, I don't know, even if you
Can
do
you
that.
put a dollar amount, and then that makes it that legally binding that you're renting it? If we set an amount to say whether it be $5, $10, whatever the price may be, you're adding a dollar amount to it, and therefore it's kind of like services for.
It's kind of like a waiver.
Yeah, that's fine, whatever the court decides, we can have that.
I would think that that would be the solution if the judge agrees legally that that would help, or if.
And it's just.
I think also in terms of an additional coverage, we also, let's not forget that we have a MOU with the school district.
Oh, okay.
We have an MOU with the school district.
It doesn't have equipment, does it?
Yes.
I'm just making sure because when they rent the arena and they've been trying to use the equipment for the arena, we always said no because it has to be a county employee driving the equipment. So I just want to make sure.
The equipment, you're talking about when they rent the arena,
Like if they need help with especially people back then, with the backhoe and all that, or the lift, if they use it at the arena and all that. Remember we said it has to be a county employee, so I just want to make sure.
oh, like, you're talking about like organizations like.
Yes,
like that? Yeah, because it's a private, it's a non-profit organization, and we don't have an interlocal agreement with that specific organization. The school district's one, but like the FFA, the 4-H, the youth rodeo, that's a private, 501c3 non-profit.
But does it have a local agreement that they can use our equipment?
The equipment, so we can, yeah, into the interlocal agreement, we help each other with either equipment or maintenance repairs, or just like that major leak they had, that's when it actually came about. In order to be able to assist, we had to have that interlocal agreement with our equipment, parts, what have you, to make matters correct. But that's only with the school district, not with the other organizations.
And do you have where it says that they'll be responsible in writing? I mean, I want to make sure before I approve this,
I can,
that they're going to approve
so what
whatever
I can
accident
do is,
happens.
we can,
If there's one.
well, I can request
Or forbid there's
a
one.
written, and I'll submit it to the judge's office. I can get a document signed by a waiver by the school district, And I'll submit it to the county judge's office and give all the commissioners a copy prior to this.
Prior to the meeting.
Right.
I would think that if you do have the MOU and it states on there that the equipment usage is allowed, then you wouldn't need to do like the payment. But if it's not in there, then I would suggest putting like a payment and then making sure that next year, whenever that MOU is done, I don't know who communicates with the school board, but making sure that we add that language in there to be able to assist later on without having to question it.
For what day is this?
With the weekend of the.
Oh, that November, yes.
That's what I've always been saying for us to do whenever people want to dig up a hole for the cemetery. If they pay us $1, that suffices for the commissioners to go in there and dig a hole, and it hasn't been done.
If it's allowable, there's enough time for you to do the waiver. If it's allowable, I know Mr. Gonzalez is not here to say yes or no, but
I'll speak to Mr. Gonzalez and then I'll get the waiver, printed out and signed, and then I'll get everybody a copy.
So do we have time to table it?
You won't have
No, we don't have
time
to table it
to,
because
you won't have time to,
we don't have a court.
our next court, commissioners court is November the 10th.
That's why I put it on this. But if you approve it with that remark, I can get that, and if I don't get it, I just will not release the golf carts. That's it, listen.
Can I ask, how did you do it to assist with the breast cancer law?
Breast cancer? What are you talking about?
When you assisted with the equipment, how did you do it to assist with the equipment for the breast cancer law? Does it, like, wouldn't it kind of be like be the same? Like what?
You
what did
allowed,
follow?
you let them borrow,
No, our drivers went out there to take the malarias and they were driving them.
But did our county drive them or
Yeah,
them?
no, our Joey drove the malarias. He took it out and drove it.
Well, then I would say
How-
that we could do the
how
same.
many Polaris's did they use?
One kilo. And it was to transport water. Or ice just.
Because I was gonna ask you, well then, if we, because the judge says that if we do the services, that it's kind of, what would you say, Judge, not?
I mean, it's no
Because
different, it's no,
cemetery.
I mean, it's no different, and this is what I've been standing on for some time. Of course, I have, as a judge, I have no access to equipment to go dig up holes for our constituents, but I've said this from day one. We obviously can't give services for free, but going back to what Commissioner Talamantes was saying about putting a number or a price to these golf carts and having the school pay a nominal amount to use them, what difference is it from a constituent or the cemetery, Mujeres Materiales, or the other cemetery to pay us a monthly fee of $25 to allow the commissioners to go and dig up a hole? I mean, it's not any different.
It's not different, Judge.
And that's why I'm saying there's no the consistency in the decision-making that is made in our court, because I would rather a million times allow the Mujeres Materiales or the other cemetery to pay us a nominal amount a month so that we can help our constituents dig up holes for their loved ones, because I think that that's very important. And we have not been able to assist our community for a couple of years now because of that situation. So what does this make it any different?
But it's not so much the court, Judge, that's the policy, that's the law, that we can assist if it's a private cemetery. I mean, if there's a way that we can go around it and then by all means, I'm sure all of us would jump in a heartbeat and help.
But it's not a private cemetery, Commissioner. We had Mr. Franklin come here before us and tell us that he traced it back and it's not a private. Mr. Bell,
He was gonna he was still doing research, he was gonna bring it back, has he come back?
Mr. Belbert also said it wasn't.
Mr. Franklin hasn't come back.
Because
Well, I can bring him back, but when he was here the last time, he notified the court that based on what he found, that it was not private. It was not a private cemetery, so we could have moved forward. And even if it was private, the public hazard, Commissioner, the public hazard on the government code that allows for the public safety, it's the public hazard. If you have your constituents out there digging on their own, they hit maybe a gas line or fall into the thing, that's where you can,
Well, if
They
it's
know that.
allowable and it's,
I would,
by all means that we can do it, it has to be brought back to Commissioner's Court, because that's a different subject to what we're doing here. It might be related to the same thing, but right now we're talking about the golf course being used by the.
no, I'm
school
saying,
district.
I'm comparing that, Commissioner Rucava, because Commissioner Talamante said about charging the school.
she said no because of that.
And so I'm telling you, that's the same policy that we said about, it's equipment, whether it's a backhoe, whether it's a golf cart, it's still county equipment. And so Commissioner Talamantes was saying about charging the school money to utilize it. And so what I'm saying is that in that aspect, even if we charged, we weren't allowed, or you guys weren't allowed to go dig with your backhoes for the cemetery. So I'm trying to figure out how do we make it applicable to using golf carts if you're gonna charge?
I would definitely think that the cemetery does need to be put on a later court date for that.
Well, of course, we're not even
Yeah.
supposed to be
I
discussing
I
it,
would
but.
say, because I know that you and Commissioner, the both of y'all guys had made that clear right now. I was just gonna add, I do know that it needs to be posted for a later time to have discussion, but I will say that I do feel like we halted in that because I remember Mr. Gonzalez turning over paperwork for us for a paupers program, which would assist with the burial of people that couldn't afford it. And we haven't really heard much on it or have not moved on it yet. But I would say, Commissioner Uranda, going back to the golf carts, that if we're gonna go ahead and use it, I would follow the same pattern that you did for the breast cancer walk and allow them to use it, but have your employees, you usually have a total of 3 employees that enter the parade, seeing if
But
we
this
can
is-
get employees to operate the
So you need
machine.
to get 6 employees to drive the,
I cannot commit to that, Commissioner. I'd rather just not do it. I can't have 6 employees. One's different. 6, it's, getting them to commit to driving a golf cart perhaps for 4 hours on Saturday. It's, I
Is
cannot,
a parade 4 hours and here's the 4 hours, Commissioner?
whatever, Commissioner, could be 1 hour, but I can't get them to commit. I'm not gonna ask them to, especially if they have plans. I only have 4 in the precinct, so it's not, I mean, if you're gonna do that, just might as well just not approve it. I put it on there, I'm trying to get us, the school district, the city, to try to work together on little things like this, but, it was just a request. I formally put it on there as requested by the superintendent. If you're not in agreement to it, that's fine. We can move on to the next item.
I don't think we're not in agreement with it, Commissioner. I just think that we're
It's
trying
a,
to figure
it's
out
a
how to
yes
do
or
it.
no, Commissioner. I can't sit here and discuss it for an hour. If we're not gonna approve it, let's just move on. It's okay.
I asked, as long as
Judge,
it's
can
in the
you-
agenda, it's in the local agreement that we have with the school district, if it says that we can use the equipment.
I don't have
by
the
all means.
local, I don't have the interlocal agreement in front of me. I'd love to have it. That way I could
And
verify
then with
it.
the exception that they sign a waiver in case there's an
I
accident.
can get the
or
waiver.
liable.
We discussed the
But-
waiver. I can get the waiver. I've already said I can
but
get
I
the waiver.
think, Commissioner, I think that if, I didn't know that you had let them use it for the cancer walk. I didn't know that, but, I mean, if you let them use it for that, I don't see what the difference is to
The
let them use
difference
it
is
for
I
the.
have a driver on the Polaris. This, I cannot put a driver in each car. Plus, you only fit 2 people per car, so.
Well, if you're lending them with the exception that they're doing the waiver, that should
That should cover them?
if you do the waiver, that,
I
my
can
motion,
get- I
my
can get
motion
the
is,
waiver.
if it's in the local agreement with the school district that to use the equipment, and there needs to be a waiver sign, because if there's an accident, then that's gonna put us in the liability. If they're willing to take full responsibility, by all means.
We still are, no liability.
I can get the
Judge,
waiver.
I think that the motion that the Commissioner was requesting was to have it approved with a waiver. I had it worded right now.
I think your motion, Commissioner Noguera, is that it be approved subject to the stipulation that the school district is going to sign a waiver releasing Dimmit County of all liability in the event of an accident. That,
Make sure you-
And have approval, I guess, at the county clerk.
Yeah, I'll bring it to
So,
motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
them. Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.29, discussion and appropriate action to approve surplus items 2013 Chevy Silverado Unit 1 and Ice Machine County ID tag number model B5305, serial number 200413200100065.
Judge, there's just two items that have been at the yard that I need to submit for surplus.
And you need an action?
Surplus items, yes ma'am.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Noguera,
Second.
second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Discussion and appropriate action to adjust IT, yes, it's supposed to be IT, to adjust IT director compensation status to authorize the transfer of the IT director wages from hourly to salary compensation. Can you clarify?
Yes, I'm passing it out. So Judge, we have, obviously you know that we just started a new budget in October. We didn't have much to go on in the IT department, although we are grateful that we did get a part-time employee. Me and the IT director both looking at the workload that is there and trying to stay in budget and being in budget being one of his responsibilities as well. We don't see that very feasible because a lot of people don't know is that Javi gets called in also on the weekends when there's issues at the arena, troubleshooting issues. He's constantly putting in, at least 5 hours a weekend?
Yeah.
About 5 hours a weekend. We are hoping that the part-time employee will help to kind of keep things in order and help with not having to do it as much, but some of the things that he's required to do take him coming in. So we talked about it and we both felt that we were okay moving him into a salary position. He meets the mark to be considered a salary. There's a certain wage that is set by the state of Texas and he meets the requirement by a few cents. So if we move him into salary, it would help us stay on track budget-wise and help him fulfill all the duties that are necessary. If we do move him into salary, there's a few things that we would be opening to offering the court that no. We agreed that we would add monthly reports to Commissioner's Court, but we would quarterly presenting. So that means that every month he'll
This
submit.
position was already a salary position, wasn't it?
No, and honestly, it makes sense for me for this position to be salaried, but it's not a salary position because it's an hour, he turns in timesheets. And he'll continue to do the timesheets to keep track of the hours, so that way you can see how much work is being put in there, but it's not gonna work out. Well, we're gonna run out of money before, because basically right now what happens, like let's just say he's already at 40. If you remember when I first came in, we bought out half of his time, right? So he's already at 40 again. So what has to happen for us to stay in budget is he has to take days and hours off. So as of right now, we've been doing start time at 9 o'clock instead of 8 a.m. To try to draw back those hours. But we're constantly finding ourselves where we're trying to draw back hours where we can, and we're not servicing the way we would like to be servicing the county. So taking that into consideration, that's why we decided that salary would be better fitted for him.
Is that what you agreed with?
Yes.
Do you know that you're not eligible for PTO?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
You know?
So we would actually have to buy his PTO out, correct?
No, the comp time.
We would have to buy the comp time.
He's still eligible for leave, and he has to use it to make up the difference, but he just can't earn comp time.
There you go.
I have a question. You have, it's you and you have one or two other individuals.
Right now, we only have one other.
Right now you all?
Yeah.
You all alternate?
Yes, we alternate the weekends, but sometimes I'm still required to come in. And it's not only for the arena, but sometimes I come in for the sheriff's office. Sometimes I'll answer phone calls if, like somebody needs access to this door, and they get stuck, so.
So if those are not, are those things that he helps you with?
No, usually they'll call me.
He'll call you, so y'all really it doesn't do any, I mean, it doesn't justify it.
That's really not in his, like, the job description, like, to have that kind of stuff. So.
Because it's a software that you have to access to be able to allow people to open the doors. You don't want to just give that access or that privilege to just anybody. So Javi consumes that responsibility with opening and accessing doors.
Not that I'm telling you what to do or anything, but do you really consider it being the hours you're gonna put in? Does it justify? Not saying that it does, but does it beat what you're gonna earn?
Is it fair to you?
Is it fair? Correct.
The thing is, I can easily make 50 hours a week.
Is it fair to you?
Yes.
Going on salary?
Yes.
I want to hear because.
He's saying like if the 50 hours, when you compare it to salary, like you're no longer gonna be able to get comp time, and now you have comp time.
The thing is, I'm not able to properly use that comp time and then still serve the county.
Yes.
Why?
What can you use your comp time?
Well, I can, but there's always issues that are coming up. There's always projects that need to be done, and there's not enough time with just two people to take care of those things and take the.
I'm sorry, but my opinion, this is my opinion, you have to train.
Cross-train.
We are
Because if you
cross-trained,
get
but
sick, what
Commissioner-
happens if you get sick? God forbid you're sick.
Or you leave?
What happens?
Commissioner, we are cross-training, and I'm a big person on making sure that we are cross-training. But regardless, I'm going to choose my words very, very carefully. You can't have such a bold opinion when you don't understand his full description of his job. And I know that y'all guys are thinking that it's not fair to him. I'm very grateful that me and my employees can have conversations and open conversations where we discuss absolutely everything that goes into this. But me and Javi both have a duty to stay in budget for the county. And us looking at that starting off, that's when we feel like servicing the county, but making sure that we stay in budget as well. Now, if y'all guys are sitting here and you're saying, hey, you know what, that's not fair to you, by all means, please approve for me to get more money so that way the judge has overtime on the sports complex and it's still listed on there. Give me overtime for the IT department as well. That would be the second.
There shouldn't be overtime.
Oh, there is overtime. We said that there was not specific overtime, there is overtime.
It's not about, no.
But my thing is, I'm gonna give my
Oh,
opinion,
yeah.
just like they gave theirs. This is why we're here to discuss this. I don't think it's fair to change him to salary, because he's gonna lose on comp time, and he does work it.
Oh, yeah.
He does work it, and he deserves to get paid. If there's other here that have their 40 hours of comp time, that I don't even know when they work. And this gentleman does work. He's here on the weekends, he's here after hours, at all times. So we're only paying him that dollar amount. He's gonna lose those $10,000, $12,000 as if we were paying him. I mean, if his salary was higher than what it is right now, I would agree. I would say, you know what, go for it. But now with the salary that he has, and he's gonna lose all that comp time, all that extra
Yeah.
that he puts in.
I very much want, and like I'm saying too, I do think that he deserves more money, but I'm trying to work with the same as every single one of y'all guys. I'm trying to work with what y'all guys gave me in budget. The full-time employee would have helped them out a lot, and it would have cut down on that. But y'all guys didn't want to give me a full-time employee. You wanted to give me a part-time employee, which we are going to be looking to fill in that position. But it's still not you're not gonna find anybody at $13 an hour. It's the same thing that y'all guys have the same argument when you say, how are we supposed to hire $13 hands and put them on $400,000 equipment? It's very hard to do, and it's very hard to keep those employees. You're thinking about the same thing when it comes to the IT department. How are we able to hire these people for these low dollars amount and expect them to have the certifications and qualifications that we need to safely and effectively run the IT department of the county? Do I want to move hobby to IT? No. But, to salary? No. But it's the only option that I see. Again, unless you do a budget amendment and we add overtime, a line item for overtime for him. The judge does have overtime listed in the sports complex area. I did look into it. I know that we said that we didn't approve it, but it's there. So if y'all guys do not want to move him to salary, then we can table it for now, and we can come back and discuss how much we want in overtime.
It's really not up to us, I don't even know why.
I don't have any more money. I don't have any more money.
You're asking us for something that's your decision. My only thing that I'm saying that's not fair to him is, how do you plan a weekend?
He doesn't get to now.
That's how
But
can
he
that
has
be fair to
yeah,
you?
it's not fair to you.
How everyone else in this room gets to plan a weekend except you, because of the issues the county has. You need to get somebody who you can train and that you can walk away from and know that they're at least gonna be able to cover some.
Even if it's just the arena that we handle, even then I'm still working 2 weekends out of that.
There's something wrong, Javi. All I can say there's something wrong because this county didn't just go into
We need
IT.
we need more employees in the IT
This county
department.
has
That's
never had
what we
three,
need.
this county has never had 3 employees.
Well,
in
you've
IT.
also never had to dig it out from dinosaur ages. We're dealing with people that don't understand and
Oh,
we're
come on,
upgrading
Commissioner.
everything. Yes, there's work that goes with it, Commissioner. Absolutely. You cannot sit here and you cannot ask that bringing a computer. You bought an entire inventory for the sheriff's office. Javi, is the computers in the sheriff's office yet? Is the computers that we purchased, are they in the sheriff's office yet? Why not?
Because we don't have enough time to go.
Because we're adding software, we're doing all that transition and everything. So you have to take everything that's on one desktop, on their desktop, and make sure that that information gets transferred to the new desktop. And performing your daily duties is not allowing you to do that, right? Performing your daily duties doesn't allow you to do that.
Well, you're telling them what to
I
say.
see it this
Okay,
way.
so I'm telling you because you don't
No, you're
understand.
telling them what to say. God.
This is what I say. If you're gonna go on salary, then don't go set up for the quince, for any party that's going on and everything that's there.
Yeah.
Because they're not paying for you to go and set up their program and everything like that. So you won't be responsible for that if you go on salary. Whoever's having a party, they need to do their own thing. Or quinceañera wedding, whatever it is, that's one of the things that you go and do for everybody else that rents the conference thing, or whatever we call it, but that ain't fair for you. So if you're gonna be on salary, why are you gonna go on your own time to set up for a private party that's not paying for that to be programmed on there? Is that on the agreement that he needs to go and set up?
No, but that, Commissioner, you're talking about the Rotary, and he just mentioned to you that.
No,
most of
but
the
I'm
calls
talking-
are At the sheriff's department.
No, but I'm just saying,
No,
you gotta look at
on
the
agreement,
private
all he says is if you're gonna rent it to have a party or quinceañera, it's gonna, the deal is gonna be there for you to use. After that, it's on you.
Exactly. You're not
But
responsible.
we all
for-
know that, yes, but we all know that they get called in. You
I
call
am-
them in yourself, Commissioner Odena, to help to assist you with the AC.
It's been there for 9 years already. This is the first time we're running into this.
I say we
No,
take,
I don't think it's the first time you're running into this situation. Correct yourself, please. It's the first time that you're having
No,
a discussion
I'm
about this situation.
No,
Because I do think that the situations do stand.
Yeah.
This is the first time that you're addressing and you're having a conversation about
Because
it.
we've never had anybody bring it up. Commissioner Juan Carmona never said, I'm running out of overtime because my guys are being called. And he had 2 guys, he had 2. Y'all had 3 this summer. Look, all I care is whatever y'all are gonna do, that's y'all's business. I really can't even tell her what to do, and I won't do that. But as long as it's fair to you, as long as it's fair to you, that's all that matters. You know,
I am literally, I'll do it. I mean, if this is the only situation, the only solution that we have. Again, if you're giving me a preference, I do agree with y'all guys. It does feel like we're cutting him short a little bit, but we have a responsibility to serve the best that we
We all
can.
do.
I know we do, and keep that into consideration when you're sitting here and you're downplaying my issues that I'm having. Excuse me, please allow me to finish. I do think that you need to take into consideration that the IT department has never had this much workload, but we're also upgrading and doing a whole bunch of stuff that has never been done before either. The extra employee would have helped, like I'm saying, I'm willing to not move him to salary. If you give me a line item that gives me an amount to say, hey, this is overtime, I'll stay within that overtime. I just don't see it possible because he's maxed out right now on what he's being paid.
I think
There's no-
Commissioner,
there's
that
no-
this is, I think Commissioner, in the abundance of time, I think that this is gonna be your call. And if you're borderlining him from the pay, then I think that maybe, alternating with, I'm not gonna tell you how to do your job, but maybe alternating with your other employee so that Javi doesn't have to
We
put as
do.
many.
That's what I'm telling you. I'm at
Well,
the
then
ropes
maybe-
because we do that.
Maybe within your own inner office policy for IT, that they don't take the calls on the weekends for the quinceañeras, like Commissioner Carmona was saying, for the quinceañeras, weddings. I mean, because I feel like at this point, we are going into the sphere of your authority and how you want to run your office, and we can't do that. And I mean, if you feel that it's best suited for you to change them from hourly to salary, then I'm going to respect your opinion. But if not, you keep them at the hourly, and just find different ways of managing that department so that he doesn't have to go on overtime or whatever it is that he.
Can I always come to Commissioner's Court with a budget adjustment and
Yes.
request some funding?
Mhm.
Because it's only fair.
that's why
I'm
I'm
sorry.
here.
To me, it's not fair to change him to salary. I mean, it's your decision. I mean, by all means, it's your department. I can't tell you what to do. But honestly, he's gonna be losing on a lot.
And I do agree, and that's what I'm saying, but I also do think like it's fair to have these conversations because not a lot of people are understanding what it's taking to run the IT department. And it's a lot more than what 2 employees should get. More money, I mean, fixes my problem.
I know, but that's what Commissioner Luca was saying, do budget adjustment within your department to move funding so that you can give him more funding within your budget adjustment.
How am I supposed to do that if I cannot move money from equipment to personnel?
If it gets
If it gets approved to Commissioner.
Y'all guys have
Yes.
said up here 1,000 times and said that we cannot do that, and
We
then
don't
I
recommend it to get it done, but if it has to be done, it has to go through Commissioner's Court and it can get done. It's been done previous years back, so I'm not saying no, but it has to be through Commissioner's Court. We don't like it, but it can be done. We try and stay away from that. But if it gets approved, it gets approved. But I'm sorry, I don't think it's fair for him. He's gonna be losing out on a lot, and that's the only way to compensate his pay, because when he gets paid, it's not enough to get paid for an IT.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that y'all guys share that sentiment with it, and I just hope that we remember it when we come to budgeting next year for his department, and we take that into consideration.
But actually, to do it the next meeting to increase whatever he would be paid for overtime, or if you estimate it, just make that amendment, just give it to him in salary increase.
I know, but that defeats the purpose of what we're saying.
That's what I had said. I said if
No,
the
but
dollar
I-
amount was higher, then I wouldn't have a problem if he was in salary. But with that dollar amount, he's losing on his comp time, on those hours that he works, because he does come to work to where he gets the comp time. There's other employees that I don't know how they get the comp time.
The last thing that I want to happen
I think
is
the
for
biggest
an
point
employer
is
to come and I have
he's
to
still
talk
missing
to
on his
him
weekends.
because he spent on
Regardless
equipment, we spent on other stuff, so
Are we increasing his pay, he's still missing on his weekend, he can't on the weekend?
Yeah, because it's,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and,
I feel
no
like-
action and allow Commissioner Talamantes to do what she needs to do.
Just so y'all know, Commissioner's Court has to approve changing them from hourly to salary. That's not a elected official choice.
So then I was right to bring it.
Yeah, under government code, local government code 152,
So I had to.
the Commissioner's Court has to change it.
For that, he has to go through Commissioner's Court. That's the same we did with the golf course, with the head.
Yes,
golf
we
course. It has
understand.
to come through Commissioner's Court.
but you can also do the amendment to increase the salary to make it equivalent to what his job duties are.
No action.
No.
No action. 3.31, discussion and appropriate action to approve the sanitation report for the quarter.
Good morning, Judge. Good morning, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, it's
Any questions of Ms. Miranda?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.32, discussion and appropriate action to approve sanitation fourth quarterly report, July through September. Any questions of Ms. Miranda?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Judge, I know.
second by Commissioner Miranda. Discussion? Do you have a discussion, Commissioner Talamantes?
Last Commissioner's Court, or when we did it, I know our budget, not our budget, but we were gonna meet the $300,000 quota, but the projection, but we went over to $379,000 on our dumpsters and all that.
Congratulations, Ms. Llamas.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.3, discussion and appropriate action, approval to purchase 40 rear load dumpster sanitation. Commissioner, are these from the part of the 60 or is this different? I thought we had approved during the budget for you to allocate funds for 60,
No, you guys cut it to
30. So is this part of that 30?
30. There should be part.
Okay.
We're ordering new dumpsters, the 2 orders, so we still have how many on the waiting list, Maribel?
Right now, we have 12 on the replacement list. So those are dumpsters that have been there that are already rotted and deteriorated with time. So we have 12 that need to be replaced, and then we have 5 new ones that are waiting for new dumpsters for accounts to open up services.
Our welder, Mr. Ramos, they tried fixing whatever's fixable, whatever we bought to replace the bombs and all that was done. But we have some that don't have remedy, we can't fix them.
We do have a lot of those that don't have, like, too far gone.
Or
The
Ramos,
motor-
when anybody wants to go see them to make sure they're at the metro.
And from the other ones that we pulled aside, we kind of pulled parts to complete, I believe we completed 5 dumpsters last week by pulling parts from other ones that were completely gone.
Commissioner, the ones that are completely gone, can we use the scrap metal so you can get money?
We were gonna ask to put it through Commissioner's Court or also the city of Ashland asked for some, but I said we have, the majority are rotten, not good. Either take them to the put them in surplus, and if we can sell, I know sometime back in the previous administration, we sold the ones that we couldn't use to the city of Ashland, and they used those, so that's what I'm saying. If you guys wanna go see them, they're fixable, they're not fixable, but
It would require a lot of parts, to
Yeah.
and the parts have, since when we would start replacing parts, the parts have increased in price with the metal and stuff. And everything's sold to us by individual parts, the brackets, the wheels, the nuts, bolts, everything's sold separate now.
before it was just one attachment.
It would come
Judge
together.
Commissioners all together, now that they're selling us part by part.
Motion to approve.
I'm a little stuck on 40 and 30. How are you 40 and 30 is approved?
No, 60 was approved to purchase dumpsters, 30, we had asked for 60 for repairs, so they only gave us 30 for repairs. These are for new ones.
Other questions? What was that, Commissioner Domingos?
I'm asking her to repeat herself, but she said 60 to approve, 30 to repair. And how many?
Wait, it went down. 30, we requested 60, they gave us 30. So we'll probably have to do a budget adjustment to purchase, because we do need these. And we requested in the budget hearing to get 60,000, but you all decided only 30 was enough.
So you have to do
Budget adjustment, and then the repairs, they gave us 25,000. This is in the budget. Oh, this was mine.
Second.
This is mine.
There's a motion by who?
I did it.
Second by Commissioner Odena, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 3.34, discussion and appropriate action to accept $50,000 donation from MHM towards the Dimmit County Commodity Program.
I have been contacted by Stephanie Dane, who works for the Methodist Health Ministries here in Carrizo. We shared information as to the food commodity, and they were wanting to see if they could help us out, to kind of serve more families, since we've gotten more families registering throughout the months, especially these past few months. After talking to Ms. Dane and sharing information, she shared the news that we were fortunate to be selected to receive $50,000 donation from Methodist Health Ministries. We did have questions as to what all was entitled from us, what was all required from us. I did contact them. Melanie Call, who is investor manager at the Health Methodist Ministries, she did say that this is
This can be used to purchase fresh produce from retail stores, or we could use it to purchase food from the food bank. It's not necessarily just for us to purchase from the food bank. We can purchase from H-E-B, from Walmart, if we wanted to give out fresh produce, or if we wanted to, if for whatever reason right now the USDA hasn't been giving us a large selection to choose from on the shop list for our monthlies. We could also purchase meats, we could, whatever it was we wanted to purchase to help service the neighbors that we service here in Dimmit County. We do not have to do, we do not necessarily have to just use it just for the food bank. They're not requiring us for anything from us, just for us to use it towards serving the community and giving them, feeding them. And this check would be made payable to Dimmit County Food Commodities.
I entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Odena, second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Ms. Miranda.
All right, thank you.
Discussion and appropriate action, approval of interlocal cooperation agreement between Valverde County and Dimmit County for jail or detention services.
Judge, on that one, it's, you know, the Valverde Processing Center closed. This one is just a backup. If we get this in place, if we do get monies from the state for OLS, we'll be housing them in Valverde again.
I have reviewed the document, commissioners, through, on the legal side of it, and I am of the recommendation that we approve the interlocal cooperation agreement. Motion by Commissioner Odena.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? We do have one abstention, as Commissioner Talamantes just walked out. Motion passes. 4.3, discussion and appropriate action, approval to purchase 2024 PPV Chevy Tahoes and equipment from Parkway Chevrolet under the OLS grant 4375904.
These were awarded the OLS grant. They're part of the OLS. Also, Mr. Pereira did get quotes since Parkway is under a different buy board that we're not part of.
They actually are under tips, and we do have tips. Sheriff? So,
Are they?
yes, we have tips.
Because I had, there's not the, you're not looking at the,
The regular backward.
no, but you're not looking at the, unless they change, because they were under a different one, but you think you're looking at this one, tips, correct?
Yes.
That's one of the quotes I got from Reliable, but they don't have any in stock right now, but they gave us the price amount.
So you're buying it from where?
Parkway Chevrolet.
What's the amount of Parkway Chevrolet?
Per Tahoe is gonna be $52,391.62.
The total amount is $222,794.50, correct?
Well, that's for the equipment. The other one's just the Tahoe, because the equipment itself is buy board. They are buy board. We just bought the jail transport from them.
The quote you provided from Parkway Chevrolet, it is by board. It has the equipment contract on it, 698-23. They're all by board.
Yes, equipment, but the upfit is Goodbye.
I guess he's talking about the fittings, Commissioner.
The upfitting is that, but the last vehicle we got through quotes also. And Sames, they're at $53,950 for their Tahoe.
That's great that you're getting all these equipment through OS and all the grants, because the county has not purchased a vehicle for the sheriff's office since 2020. And I don't think it's fair that we're getting all this equipment from grants when we should be buying it also.
I did have two
That
from,
I've always asked, I have a list of what we bought and what you bought through the sheriff's budget, through the forfeiture funds, through LOS, through Stone Garden. But 2020 was the last time that the county bought you a vehicle, bought you guys vehicles. So for you getting them through the grants, that's awesome. But I think it's time that we also purchase vehicles for you guys.
How old is your oldest vehicle?
well, we got some recently, we purchased pickup trucks, Commissioner got one off me two, and then the OLS bought, OLS bought also
Four
more.
Yeah, there's a lot of old ones, 2013s, like the Tahoe's 2013 Chargers.
Entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Commissioner Alonso, is there a second? Second by Commissioner Odena, all in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 4.4, discussion and appropriate action, approval of medical services agreement between Dimmit County Jail and Camino Real Services.
This one, Judge, is just trying to get an agreement so that when we have inmates here that need to be evaluated, so we have somewhere we can take them to, and they're here locally.
Are there any questions?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona,
Second.
second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. 4.5, discussion and appropriate action, jail status report.
Thank you for having me. Admin was not feeling too good today, so I'm here filling in. She gave me a list of, looks like a typical monthly reports, generator tests, as a full over a monthly basis. Operation Lone Star, we have 3 inmates still in the program as of October 17th. Currently, we have 19 jailers with license and 2 with temporary license. The head of our medical department, Ms. Charlotte Hines, she resigned as of October 20th. There was an OEN hired, Ida Mendoza. She will be starting, looks like she already started October 21st. Our Sally Port, our incoming Sally Port is still down. We're just getting reports that they're still waiting on certain parts for that gate. The new phone system is now complete, NCIC, and I believe I'll have a copy of this report. There's leaking pipes. Ace Adam Plumbing's been contracted to fix that at a total of $77.55 with 86 cents. It was put on an emergency PO.
Any questions?
Motion to approve.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Talamantes. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, Mr.
Those pipes are being replaced, they're corroded, so it just, it's easy.
It's all the sodium. I can't even say it.
Thank you. 5.1, status report, Mr. Hyman.
Good afternoon, Mayor. Good afternoon.
Questions?
Mr. Hyman, I know you gave me a picture, but where's this room?
That's
It's
what I was-
Henderson.
That's what my question.
That was the project that, remember we were coming back from, training? And we're called and we're notified that the utility department was out there on one of the county roads, they were running a board. And then, who got called?
I'm sorry.
One of my employees called me and told me that there was, utilities on Henderson Road. And so I did call and I asked him, one of my question was, my concern was with running a board, you're changing the structure of the road.
Nope.
Yes, you are, because you're weakening it, you're putting
No,
a
you're
hole
not.
through there.
That's why they do the.
Can you please allow me to finish speaking before you want to
I'm trying to
interrupt?
teach you something, but go ahead.
I don't think there's much for you to teach me, Commissioner,
Okay.
other than how to scheme.
Okay.
So, I had kindly asked that if they altered the condition of the road, that if that had to go to Commissioner's Court, because technically the material on top is provided by the county material, county equipment, county personnel. So I had asked, I was met with a very, very rude and disrespectful that I didn't know what I was doing and this, that I didn't comprehend what a bore was. Basically. So basically a bore is just running access through under the road is what they're doing. But I still didn't know what it meant. I like your head shake them.
I'm listening to.
I know, but I'm getting so.
Go ahead, Commissioner.
Manager?
No, hold on, give me a minute. Utilities department, no, give me a minute. Utilities department. Why do we see trash pickup? Do you guys not have enough to keep it busy with all the employees that you have in there? Because there's more than 3 employees in the utilities department, and you sit up here and you say, oh no, I only have 4 people in Road and Bridge, I only have 4 people in Road and Bridge. So how many employees do you really have? How many do you need in the utility department? Really, because every time you see the reports from the utility department, there's nothing pertaining to utility. Every time you see it, blade roads, cut grass, do this, do that. What are we getting a report on utility for? But then you want to sit up here and you want to educate us on what is and what isn't, because you feel that you know everything. Because you feel that you know everything.
I don't know everything.
At the end of the but I said you feel like you know everything.
No, ma'am.
At the end of the day, my question was, if you're gonna alter the condition of the road, doesn't that need to come through Commissioner's Court? If you're gonna go into another precinct's roads, wherever they are, don't you notify that commissioner to let them know that you're gonna be out there?
I notify you.
Yeah, this west.
Commissioner,
Not even before. No, sir, I am not lying.
I told you.
Right, you notified me whenever you found out that my employees had caught your employees out there.
You're
and
lying.
you came very sustained, like you always do. Like you always do. You're like, no, I'm just letting you know, Commissioner. I'm just letting you know we're out there because we're doing this and we're doing this.
You're lying.
No, I'm lying. How many times have I said up here lying?
You're lying right
How
now.
many times have I said up here lying? I don't ever lie. You, when you know that you're gonna get in trouble with something, you're gonna get caught with something, you go and give free information very, very freely. At the end of the day, you shouldn't be doing anything to any roads that are not in your precinct without notifying the commissioner that's out there. Because you know what, at the same time, you expect us to give you that same thing.
Let me know when you're done. Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, may I, Judge?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna correct the commissioner, and if she is lying, I'm gonna tell you why she's lying. Because that morning at the conference we were at.
Let me pull up some messages. Be
The,
very, very, very careful, because I ain't above it. Because I ain't above it, because I'm not above it.
I texted her or went up to her, I don't know where I was, and I told her, Commissioner, Manuel's on his way to Henriksen Road because they're fixing this.
You were already out there.
Are you gonna let me talk?
Oh, no,
Please
you
do
don't
not
like-
interrupt me.
But you
Okay,
don't
I
like-
have the floor.
Okay.
I have the floor.
Go ahead.
I went and notified her out of courtesy, the way Commissioner has always told me, out of courtesy to notify. I notified her, okay, and this is what she said. Thank you for notifying me. I'm gonna send my supervisor to go out there and just look and see what y'all are doing. He drives, his job is to go and supervise the board. He's got pictures of measurements, he's got everything, just the way it's supposed to be done, according to TAC, because I had to go to TAC and to our county attorney after she complained, okay? So then, she tells me, I'm gonna send my supervisor. Her supervisor drove through the site, never stopped once, correct?
Yes.
Never stopped once. He was there from before they started the board till they completed the board.
I got there at 9:45 that day.
No, absolutely. I'm not.
Okay, wait, I'm not done.
But let him go, because I can correct this real quick.
So, and what happened there, all we're doing just for the record, we're just following protocol the way it's been done for years, not months, for years. When utilities were handed over, this is the way we were trained. Plus, that's the way he does things. We used to do things at TechDOT. We follow TechDOT guidelines. The depth, everything. I received a phone call on our way back from Galveston from the commissioner saying, Commissioner, you're supposed to put this to Commissioner's Court. I said, we never put it to Commissioner's Court.
False. I did not say
you're changing
you. I
the
said
profile of the road.
I
Now,
asked.
you explain to me something.
I asked.
How are you changing the profile of the road? She just talked about material. When it's not being touched. The pits are dug on one property and on the other property. Nothing to do with the county. They bored a hole this big, okay? This big to put a pipe that big underneath, nothing gets, but that's why the whole reason of the board, and I explained to her, Commissioner, they're not bothering the road. That's why they're paying thousands to bore, so they don't have to bother the road.
Okay.
And you can, and if they request a permit and they're at the right depth, we cannot keep them from doing it because they're going in on their property and going under, on their other property. The road, I mean, you can't just tell them, if it's a gas line, there's certain specs. If it's electrical line, certain specs. This was a water line.
Okay, so would you like me to correct you now? Are you ready for that?
Sure, Commissioner.
Okay, so you did tell me when we were training, but that was after we already saw y'all guys out there. So yes, you are sure that he got there around 9, but they had already saw you in the area that y'all guys were out there. You don't know if that's true or not, but I'm telling you that that's what happened. Then that's whenever Commissioner came up to me and we were out there, and he said, of course, because he got caught, right? So that's when he came up and he said, just letting you know. And to me, Judge, if you're gonna sit here and you have that job scheduled and planned, you know what you're gonna do before that morning does. So why was I notified before when it was planned?
Because they notify you.
Okay, so but you still want to talk about when you notified when you did it. But if you're sitting there and you talk about management and you're sitting there and you're saying that, oh, I notified you that morning. If you knew that that job was planned for a week or 2 weeks to come, why wasn't I notified then? Why? I asked a question.
Why
was I notified there? If you plan ahead of time, weeks before, you plan your jobs and you know what you're doing, why wasn't I notified then?
Because
why?
You get done either way, whether notify you or not.
Exactly, because he wants to do what he wants to do when he wants to do it. So, whenever we caught them that they were out there, he did come and tell me, he goes, no, I'm just letting you know that we're out there, this and this and this. I said, well, what are you doing? He goes, well, I'm doing a bore. And I said, oh, okay. So then I called my supervisor back and I said, go ahead and go back. And I'll be honest with you. Tell me, is it his employees that are doing it or is it somebody else? That's what I asked him. So I told him to go back, and I have my own pictures of when I went back, but that's what I wanted to know. Is it that utility department that is performing the work, or is it somebody that he hired, or the ranchers that are doing it? And that's what my curiosity piqued me. That is what I wanted to know. And then, so whenever they said that, we did go back out, and we did take pictures of them out there. Not them working, but of the work of what they were doing. So my thing is still stands. If he's saying that he notified me, why wasn't I notified weeks whenever the job was being planned? Why? Because he wanted to get away with it and he wanted to do it, and it just seems like okay, let me show you what Frank wants to taught me. I feel like you do a lot of things to scheme and to get away with things, and you don't like being held accountable, and those are my feelings. And at the end of the day, you can't hold me accountable to my feelings. Okay, well, I'm just saying, at the end of the day, if you want to sit up here and you want me to nitpick at things, your utility report that you say that you only have 3, there's only 3 certifications in the utility? The last time that you were up here, you said that there was 3.
There's 3. Manual.
There's 3? There's more in the utility department, so he has way more employees than 3 people, and then he has 4 people in road and bridge. So at the end of the day, if we're seeing reports in utility, and you're seeing reports like blade the road, repair hoses, and then why do you need so many employees in the utility department? Why don't you use your road and bridge crew for it then?
How do you know?
Well, because I'm saying right here, every time I see utility department, it's always things that don't classify or have nothing to do in relationship with utility. So if you would sit up here and you would tell me how many connections you did, how many inspections you did, then the utility report would be suffice to me. I would understand what that is, but I don't understand, Mr. Hyman, that you have to do what he's asking you to do. So this has nothing to do with you. Please don't ever let him try to make you think that I have an issue with you or this is you. This has nothing to do with you. This has to do with him and the way that he runs things and the way he does it. And you know what? I'll also, you don't communicate with your employees enough to know exactly 2 weeks ahead in advance what is going to be done, what is not, because you don't even do nothing with your guys. You sit up there in your second floor office and you do nothing but sit there and talk about how everybody else is managing everything, but you forget to manage your own damn department.
Sure, you're doing great. You're only asking for extra employees in IT.
Do you understand IT?
Do you understand?
Can you turn on your computer? Can you? Your text and your phone has to be so big because you can't even see it.
IT.
I'm done with him. I am so done with him.
Is there any other questions of Mr. Hyman? I'll ask for a motion to... I have a motion to approve the status report by Commissioner Uranda. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona.
I'm gonna go against it because this utility report has nothing to do with utilities, except for one item.
And that's fine, and you're more than welcome to oppose it, Commissioner. Right now, when I ask for a vote,
Judge, may, but I do see the point for Commissioner Talamantes is, because I've said it before, and I stand by it, that any time that anybody's in my precinct, please let me know, because I don't want to be caught off guard. And
well, I
somebody,
think, Commissioner,
and the courtesy is, Commissioner, not trying to side with Commissioner Talamantes, not siding with you. I think if you knew that this was coming up in weeks, kind of like I told you, the Commissioner, when the battery storages were gonna move and all that, give them a courtesy call. It doesn't hurt. That way we don't have this discussion going on right now.
Commissioner, and just to go, Commissioner Alonso, to go piggyback off on what you're saying, I think that we should all have the courtesy to call one another when we have issues or concerns or we're in other jurisdictions, because we're saying this right now about this particular item, which I understand, but just in general, I mean, if Commissioner Rubalcaba has something in regards to concerning something that either my office is doing or the staff, or if she hears or through the grapevine or whatever that I'm going to go to her precinct or whatever, or she has a concern or an issue, pick up the phone. And I'm using it as an example, Commissioner Rubalcaba, but I'm just saying in general, we're talking about courtesy and professionalism. It doesn't apply to the whole court. Courtesy across the board, regardless of whether it's utility or not, we should just give ourselves the courtesy. So I'm going to leave it at that, just so that we can move forward.
Judge, one more thing is that I would like to add as well, just because we sit up here and we're transparent about everything, right? When I asked him and I said, why didn't you put it through Commissioner's Court, just because he told me multiple times, if you don't know or you don't know, just put it through Commissioner's Court, just to be sure to be on the safe side. So when I asked him why he didn't do that, he says that we would not comprehend or understand what his job entails and what he's doing, and that's why he doesn't put him through Commissioner's Court.
That's not what I said.
Oh, yes, it is.
I said, what would you be approving? if
No, you said that we do not comprehend, that you do not take your time to do it because we don't comprehend
I
it.
asked you, what would
No,
you
you
be
said you don't do
approving?
it because you don't
don't
comprehend it.
understand. Commissioner, the problem, Commissioner, is that you want to have an argumented point.
No,
on something-
I don't. No, I don't. No.
You want to have an argumented point on something that you have no clue.
Judge, is there
It's
a
like
motion
you
on
hear
it,
an
so can we
argument
move
you-
it, so can you stop him from talking so we can go, because he didn't ask you to speak. He just started speaking.
I already asked for a motion. I have a motion by Commissioner Odena and a second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition?
Me.
We have one opposition by Commissioner Talamantes. 6.1, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from County Treasurer, Mr. Oscar Ortiz, for the month of September 2025.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
I appreciate it, thank you.
That is just the cover page for my report that I didn't add when the due date for the reports were due. And in my report, some of the accounts are negative, but that's just because in the system, not in the actual bank. It was just because of the timing. A lot of checks had to go out on the last day of the month to make sure they went to last fiscal year, but it was never negative in the bank.
Are there any questions of Mr. Ortiz's report?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion by Commissioner Talamantes and a second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 6.2, discussion and appropriate action, approval of Dimmit County Investment Report Q for FY25.
This is the last report of the quarter of last fiscal year. I tried to add some more information so y'all can see it for the whole year. Year to date, last fiscal year, we earned $5,307,948.32 just in interest on our investments. And that's on our first page. And the second page, hopefully it's scanned in color so y'all can see. But because of how we laddered our investments, we were able to earn a higher rate than other U.S. securities, which is good, about 20-30 basis points over. The interest by the quarter, the last quarter was our smallest interest payment, but that was just because we used most of our county funds, by that point in the year. The third quarter, it looked like a big spike in interest, but that's because there's some interest payments that only happen during that quarter. It's not that we lost any money, it's just they only pay out during that quarter. And then there's just graphs on the amounts of each fund we have by each quarter, and then the back is the more detailed with the numbers.
I entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Second by Commissioner Uranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 6.3, discussion and appropriate action, reconsideration of approval of PTO policy.
So I'm bringing back my proposal for the PTO. I know last time y'all wanted me to do the survey of the employees, and I was able to get 132 responses. The only departments I wasn't able to visit with was Road and Bridge 2 and Road and Bridge 3 and 6, but I did speak with courthouse maintenance. Although even if they all voted one way, it wouldn't really affected the majority. For what I did survey, there was 127 people for and 5 against. And again, this policy is just to combine
Say that number again.
120, for what I surveyed, 127 for and 5 against. And that is minus Road and Bridge 2 and Road and Bridge 3 and 6.
And just for purposes of reiterating the policy and clarification for anyone that forgets or forgot, can you just please briefly, very briefly, enlighten us as to what your position was in regards to the PTO policy and the sorties?
So briefly, this just combines vacation and sick. Instead of having 2 different balances, we're going to put it together in one. The benefit of this is it gives the employees more flexibility on their time. And it's tiered off based on how long you've been here. The longer you've been here, the more you can potentially have. And it is still the discretion of the elected official when they can use it. We're not changing that. As long as the elected official says you can take it for whatever reason, they can. If they don't approve it, then they don't approve it. There's no minimum or maximum uses. That is pretty much the breakdown. Oh, also, before you can actually use the PTO, you just have to make sure your comp time is at 0. That doesn't mean you can't earn PTO. It just means when you want to take your time off, you got to be using the comp hours first. And that was, that's recommended by the other counties that got it from, because since we're giving the employee more flexibility in their time, we kind of have to get something back, and we can save on overtime. Because I don't know if y'all saw on the page on my report, the cost of overtime we spent in the last year.
So, are you, I'm not gonna speak on behalf of my employees, that they approve this because, and I understand that it would probably have minimal time to meet with them.
Yeah, it was,
So I need to get the report.
Right.
So, but I'm gonna
You're gonna ask to table?
I'm gonna ask you to table this item because I would like to get their input, and also, I don't know about Commissioner Talamantes, if she would like for them to go over it, or she's gonna.
I think the best way is, if you feel comfortable, Commissioner Carmona, is that you speak with your employees, Commissioner Talamantes. If she wants, you can speak to her employees so that you can make a better decision as how you want to represent your employees with this decision.
I like to.
I would say that I have had the discussion with my employees, and I kind of told them a little bit of like what was to come, because we do have a lot of, we've been trying to look at the PTO and the sick time. From everybody that I've talked to, they want to go for it, but you not getting their vote or their input does concern me a little bit, because I don't ever, that's just speaking between them. But of course, if there is enough vote on this board
to approve it, then I'm fine with it, and I know that regardless. I think right now and I'm gonna go ahead and do it, proper court decorum is that there's a motion on the table by Commissioner Alonso Carmona to table. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. We're going to table this item. Thank you.
It's okay, it doesn't need to be brought back.
Thank
Sorry.
you. 6.4, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report from County Auditor, Mr. Carlos Pereira, for the month of September 2025.
So through September 30th, we actually collected, if you look on the first row, year-to-date actuals, $13,129,866 in current taxes, which was $481,000 above what we had projected. Sales tax was also $4,300,000, and we projected $3 million. And so basically, sales tax was $1 million more than what we had collected the previous year. In total, for the year, we collected $23,576,000 in revenues. Well, there was one, in detention bills, we did collect $1 million. Last year, we had $766,000, and so we had projected basically about the same amount. So in total, it was $23,576,392. As far as expenditures for the year, we were actually, which is on the next page, $20,947,882, which is $2,628,000 revenues over expenditures. So roughly between now and the time all the expenditures come in, we should roughly be 2.5 million revenues over expenditures for the year.
Tell me that again, 200 million, or what did you say?
We should be, by the time accounts payable comes in for prior to September 30th, we should be roughly around 2.5 million revenues over expenditures, which will be added to the fund balance.
Thank you, Mr. Pereira. Any other questions? I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Do I have all in favor? Aye. Any opposition? Motion carries. 6.5 is a typo. 6.6, discussion and appropriate action, Schindler change notice authorization. Is this a change order, Mr. Pereira, to increase the cost of the, I suppose the Schindler is the elevator?
Correct.
There's an increase in the cost?
There was a change, someone made a change to the elevator and the speed was too fast. And so basically, they didn't realize that until after they haven't installed everything. And so now it's, that change order there is to change it out and reduce the speed of the elevator to the appropriate speed for the one that was installed originally.
How much is the change order?
$9,868.80.
And who?
The speed and the way it goes up and down.
Yeah.
So they gotta slow it down. Motion.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 6.7, discussion and appropriate action, American Fire Protection Group change order. This is also for
Yeah,
for the elevator as well. What is this change order for?
This is for the fire monitor.
Yeah, it was something that was added on, that had to be added on.
It had to be on there to be notified in case I'm on fountain or fire or something, rescue.
And that change order is in the amount of $6,259.95. Do I have a motion? Motion by Commissioner Noguera. Second by Commissioner Odena. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries.
I just want to mention one thing, on the elevators, there's a whole lot of new requirements that are happening. And so that's something we're going to have to keep up with here and at the old courthouse. Yes.
Historic.
6.8, discussion and appropriate action. Did I get a vote, Ms. McDaniel, on the last one? Okay, Mr. Pereira. No, I know I got the motion from Commissioner Noguera and second by Urenda, but did we get a vote? Because Mr. Pereira threw me off. We did? Okay, thank you. 6.8, discussion and appropriate action. Approval for the 365th clerk, Melissa Garcia, to attend the 49th Annual Education Conference, October 28th through 31st in Austin, Texas.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Second by, who was that? Who second? Commissioner Noguera seconded. All in favor? Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you. 6.9, the claim docket. In the claim docket, we have the general fund is $1,561,550.56. Dimmit County Airport, $3,267.24. Dimmit County Golf Course, $15,592.11. Law Library Fund, $125. Courthouse Security, $4,261.02. Records Management County Clerk, $21,559.96. Utilities, $55,597.38. Rodeo Arena, $2,100. Stone Garden, $42,240.89. Local Border Security Sheriff, $45,006. Operation Lone Star 22, $6,473.76. Valley Well Cemetery, $36,865.44. Dimmit County Payroll, $371,055.04. Tax Note Series, $8,088.64. Tax Series 23, $2,183,487.25. Tax Note Series 24, $1,594.36. Interest and savings, $4,985.81. COs 2015, $378.77. COs 2017, $5,250.87. COs 2018, $101,597.22. COs 2019, $73,295.05. COs 2020, $3,752.65. COs 2021, $242,902.93. COs 2022, $30,318.16. SB 22, $29,948.66, for a total of $4,851,294.77.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
I have a question.
Yes,
I know I was in here for Mr. Gonzalez approved for the golf course. Was there a contract for him?
We didn't approve.
You approved, yes, you did, you approved him.
Or was there a contract? Oh, it's on the price.
I haven't signed the contract.
There's supposed to be
But you all approved him as contract labor.
So if it's contract labor, we don't need a contract?
We usually do.
We've always put it through Commissioner's Court for contract. Because even we did it with Nate prior to.
We got David.
Prior to Mr. Urenda, with David.
No, David was a contract where he was managing and overseeing the entire golf.
But that's the same thing, it would be the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm
But,
saying.
yeah, I mean, you can do that, I mean, I would recommend it. But it's the same thing.
When we had Joe Cook, we had a contract too.
Yeah.
But that was the same thing as David. Joe Cook and David are the same thing. This guy is just a consultant. He doesn't tell, look, hold on. David and Joe Cook had their own employees, plus they had one employee from the county. And they were using county equipment, correct? Correct or no?
Yeah.
Okay. This guy does not have employees. He's not using the equipment. All he is a consultant. He comes in and says, we need to possibly fertilize next week, and we need to add more water to these. That's all he does. He doesn't use equipment. He doesn't tell people what to do. He just is a consulting service. No, that's it.
One more time, what is he? Yeah, he's a consulting service. What did you say that he does?
He's a contract.
What does he do? What does he do?
Water and fertilizer.
The greens, because the greens are very particular on the golf course. They're not like a lawn or a baseball park. The greens are a hybrid Bermuda grass that's very particular. You have to keep up with it depending on the time of the year.
So he tells you how to care for your grass.
Tells you how to care for your grass.
Didn't you certify one of your employees to do that?
No, you can't. You don't need certified.
Well, you should have kept him as an employee, and then you wouldn't have to
The
be
same
hiring
IT
him
guys over there, maybe they can help.
as a contract worker.
My guys. Watch,
Say that again,
don't
Commissioner?
start, I mean.
Hold on, Commissioner, what was your question, Commissioner Thelma? I'm sorry.
I said that maybe we should have kept him as an employee instead of trying to hire him as a contract worker. Because he would have been giving us those services in the
He was an
town.
employee?
No?
I heard that he was a county employee before he was there at the golf course, that's why he knows so
Oh,
much about
in
it.
the past, he used to be the manager. He was a manager in the past. Then he got offered a job at the school district, he was working in the school district. Yeah, you're right. Correct.
So, what's the question?
No question, I was just a statement, you should have kept him as an employee so you can have.
Does
the
it
same right.
require a contract?
Yes, because it's a.
Because any contractual service we do, sir, there's always a contract. Any don't tell me
Basically,
that
just
no.
specifies exactly what he does, yes,
There's-
there should be. I mean,
There's a
that's be
contractual
covered.
service.
Especially because there's dollar amounts.
That it's-
Well, yeah, no, it's favorable,
Exactly.
but basically, as long as y'all approved him
But
as
the
contract
thing is,
labor.
do we need a contract? Is that if we approve to work for the golf course or not?
Well, that'd be
I'm
something
asking
we have to ask.
because on every contractual service we do, there's always a contract because it's being,
That would be something the county attorney would have to deal with.
So,
you're
Because
the one.
this isn't a one-time service,
No.
correct, Judge? It's like a continuously.
No,
So
it's
if we
not
decide
contract.
to, that's it. If we decide to terminate, then we can just say, we don't have to give you now.
Right, yes.
No, but,
To terminate, yeah.
no.
I mean,
it's
there's
all
nothing
the liquor
specified-
act.
If there's nothing specified as to the number or advance notice or anything, yeah, you would terminate immediately.
Without a
you
contract,
could say today, we're not gonna give him no more.
We need a contract.
Okay.
Judge, just-
Recommended,
yes, yes.
Do I get a contract with him?
yeah.
I don't know.
It's already, yeah, just to make it for the
We
record.
can't just release the flag.
You're asking because he got paid already?
Yeah, it's in the agenda, I mean, it's in the claim docket to get paid.
Yeah, but we don't, it's basically because he's at the end of the month. So until everything is satisfied, then he doesn't get, they don't get paid.
I'll get a contract from him stating what his duties are gonna be and what his payment's gonna be and anything.
And a report.
What report?
A report
The
to.
report you get one from the golf course every month. You want another one?
If we're gonna be hiring somebody $1,000 a month to tell me where to water grass and how to water it, I mean, I would at least want
That's
something.
$350 a week for the water committee?
How much is
It's a
he
month.
getting paid a week?
It's
A
a,
month, a monthly basis.
it's on a monthly basis.
But it's a large amount of money.
Oh my God.
How much is it?
1,400?
Yes.
1,400.
1,400 a month.
To go turn on the water hose.
To simplify it for you, yes, Commissioner, go turn on the water. Wet water.
Wet water.
Yes.
I don't see Ms. Reyes payment here.
And you have the contract, didn't you?
Yes.
You brought it all with you.
She was supposed to be,
No, I'm missing it, but I don't see it.
no, they would,
You were supposed to put her on the thing, but she's not on there.
I don't see her.
it's not on, under landfill?
Maybe it skipped it, but
So,
No,
okay, going back real quick,
Yes, we had that on there, I'm sorry.
so we need to get a contract for him?
I can get a contract.
Can you add that? Yeah, can we add that on there, Brenda?
Correct.
Sorry.
And what else?
Brenda needs to be paid.
No, I understand that, but I'm talking about, Commissioner Mercado's question about the contract.
About contract for, the golf course. He said that he would get it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. 2.1, discussion and appropriate action, new business. There is no new business, so no action. And 3.1, discussion and appropriate action, monthly report financial. Mr. Pereira has submitted his report. Are there any questions of Mr. Pereira's report?
I know.
If there is no questions of Mr. Pereira's report, I entertain a motion. Motion to
I have a
approve.
question, Judge. Public facilities, where's the report? There's nothing going on there or what?
No, there is, but I constantly give it verbally. I don't, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second to answer you,
Go ahead.
sir.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Patience is key.
Go ahead.
So I do have a report and I do try to give it verbally every single time. But if you look at your packet there, Flo has been submitting a report of items that have been done. It just isn't classified in the right area. But if you give me some time, I was gonna correct the judge's staff to let her know it should be in the corrected spot. That's why I went ahead and I tabled it. Any other questions,
tabled it
Commissioner?
today?
I mean, well, I didn't say anything to it.
No, but you did table it.
I didn't have anything because it's in there. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, let me take you a second.
No problem, sir. You take all the time you need to process.
And you need to find somebody who can submit the report the way I had to find somebody who can submit the report. You can't do it.
Absolutely, as long as you make sure that your reports are pertaining to the department that they're
Well, at
in.
least I have a report, you don't even have that. Thank you.
I do have a report, it's in there, I just told you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, Judge.
Commissioner Okawa approved the financial report. I have a second.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Claim docket 3.2, public safety, $22,632.28. Do I have any questions?
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona, second by Commissioner Noguera. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. I'll entertain a motion to recess and adjourn.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alonso Carmona. Is there a second? Second by Commissioner Miranda. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposition? Motion carries. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
This meeting has ended.